These numbers are so good. So we actually have Sapphire observing. I was going to say, is she over there?
Well,
I hope she is,
hopefully.
because we are going live, and we are live with the pistol
observer
round.
in the world.
Yeah, and we saw the video before. It's MIBR versus Triumph. This is going to be Triumph's map pick. It's going to do Overpass. Going to be seeing Dust 2 for second.
Oh, nice pop flash, nice peek, so much. Oh, I can't believe he's not rewarded with the kill. That's heartbreaking, but oh, there's your boy Shakazula, not even considering sandbags to be an option of danger. And now look at the health. He holds the line. There is no access to this bomb site until Fallen gets dropped. Still, a great chance for a retake.
Certainly Fallen would have hoped for those 2 kills, but Triumph, they're actually in a good position in that gush. That definitely helps things out, but good pick off from Taco to even things out.
Yeah, but this seems like Triumph isn't even actually trying to take this bomb site. Like, everyone is saying, you know, someone else take care of sandbags and we'll just watch for the rest of the rotations. And now they've actually somehow found an escape route. That's insane. Once they see that third player come in on the flank, they realize the A-bomb site's open. Still a really tough round for them to win, and now they're split.
All 3 spawn. Grim, this is your moment. P250 in action, already taking out the 1. Ooh, nice shot from KNG, and Spongy with that low HP. This is a lot to ask.
It's really a smart pipe by Triumph, though.
Yeah.
You know, they could have just ended up going for the bomb plant on the bomb side. Instead, it actually makes it somewhat winnable. Doesn't get it, though, but bomb down. So
between KNG and Shakazula, I feel like there's some very obvious positions on the map that just weren't even considered in any way.
Yeah, that deep breath from you just now, Jason. That was a stress relieving breath.
How are you not checking that corner?
Yeah, that's odd.
Either way, I think, I mean, for them to even get a bomb plant out of that situation is pretty impressive. That's nice calling, but I do think they messed up a little bit and nobody actually attacking towards sandbags earlier on in that take. They needed to control that part of the map, or at least force that defense away so they could get a plant. And the only 2 people, it was really unfortunate, had low HP, and they were the only ones who could take care of it, and it just, none of the high HP players ever came back to do it. So 1-0. On the board for MIBR.
Yeah, and a bomb plant down for Triumph, though. And we see this again and again, but we will see a buy. Very common nowadays. I've said it multiple times. The buy, when you get the bomb down on the terrorist side, you get a really good buy. It's basically equal to the CTs. I love the buy from MIBR, opting for more SMGs, even though they know that bomb was down. So we'll see if Triumph has a plan with this. There are some nades, 2 AKs on the board, and then it's 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs and 2 mollies. Nice entry there, though, from Spongy. Just run stun. I'm not a fan of that, actually, necessarily. You get to entry, but let's talk about it. Just run in and blow your load, you know? It's 4-on-4. We ask for a flash, at least. But Triumph goes back here. And MIBR playing pretty defensive now. It's been 50 seconds almost on the round so far.
Yeah, well, they have, who is it? That'd be Fur, who's able to kind of take the long angles towards that A-bomb site. So he can get some early information, and at the moment, just looking for that. I think he's had a teammate and a second one even rotate over. So perfect timing on the flash. The AWP is passed over to low HP player. That's KNG, so not too shabby. Fur has the M4. Everyone's situated with the proper weapons. And Fallen is going to get that first kill, transition for the next one to come around, and no one had his back. He was the only player being aggressive. Shakazula leads the way into the bomb site, and Fur can stop this plant. He's going to swing. He's being cautious about it. There's the plant. There's the kill, and one over towards Truck. Grim gets the trade, and KNG with low health still not being able to put into play.
Ooh, and even repositioning coming out of Grim. That's nice movement, making it even more challenging for MIBR's side of things. KNG with that 1 HP at this point. Having that AWP does help out things, but no kit, no utility. This is a tough retake, and even this boost coming out of Triumph.
They might just want to save the ult.
Yeah.
He might just
they're going for it, though. Ooh, KNG's running. Triumph, they definitely hear this. If I'm Triumph right now, I'm hunting this down.
Do they know he has an
Get him,
AWP? I'm assuming, yeah. That's a really rough. Yeah, it only took 1 shot, so the AWP actually has no impact in round number 2. That is that's pretty crazy. MIBR had the possibility of stopping that. I'm assuming Fur was slowed down due to exchanging weapons with KNG.
Yeah.
Fallen was left all alone, and then eventually Fur was kind of all alone in the play that he made, and most of that was because KNG didn't have the health to be involved in the action through smokes. But that's really nicely done from Triumph to split the defense and kind of shatter it in that fashion.
For sure, and it is odd to see Fallen all by his lonesome with that MP9. I mean, he was certainly in the best position possible if he just had that backup coming from that side of things. But here we are, MIBR, they actually forced buy into this as well, trying to buy around KNG's AWP. And once again, we have to mention MIBR's success rate in converting these forced buy rounds have been phenomenal. So certainly I'm expecting that again here as well. Just find some space for KNG in that AWP, but nobody is towards this A bomb site. They've put all their eggs into the B bomb site basket. I mean, there's no one. There's not a single soul. Fur might find this.
No, that's a deagle.
Yeah, Grim's ready.
Oh no, he missed it. Oh, he spots it. That's an important kill. Fur might have been able to actually peek and stop that plan or get a cheeky little pick off. And yeah, now it's time for MIBR with that AWP. And that's kind of the scary part about having the AWP on the board this early, is it surely has to be such a focal point of keeping that alive that it actually prevents them from kind of, going for aggressive plays or getting stuck in until future rounds. So they're going to try and save these 4 guns, and they'll just rinse and repeat. They actually have a decent amount of utility saved over as well.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that AWP put into play a little bit earlier on. I mean, it's Overpass, right? Have a player towards party.
Yeah, I guess it's the idea of like how much would you want to risk that AWP in a round like this?
Yeah. Certainly the safer play.
Two to 1. Is that a elk?
I think I want to say that's a
Moose?
reindeer.
Reindeer.
Or just a deer.
Someone's going to know. It's all about the positioning of the horns. But my knowledge of horn design is not quite what it used to be.
Horn design.
I don't know. What would you call it?
I don't know.
Exactly. 2 to 1 for Triumph. Nice little start for them. MIBR could get tested here in the series.
Aggressive.
Yeah, and towards the long as well. So dangerous for that AWP if it's put into play, but it's only just Fur here again. MIBR stacking towards that B bomb site. And again, if Fur goes down, if they keep this aggression up, Triumph, MIBR might just want to stay away. There's some valuable weapons, kit, utility, armor on these players. If they don't get some early kills, they might just all want to back off. Like right now.
Right about now. Yeah, I mean, even KNG being smoked out.
It's not even that. All of his teammates have gone down. They're like, if I'm Triumph, there's an AWP on the board, and you have a 5-on-1. Start the hunt. Like one person go find him. Now you have the information. He might make it expensive, but I feel it's totally worth getting this AWP out of his hands.
There's already 2 players flanking KNG from B here, so definitely a good call. Like you said, Jason. They've got to get this AWP out of his hands, and there it is. It's already starting. Oh, he's so quick!
Yeah, that's worth all day long, though. Triumph going to be so happy. And the free AWP as well. That makes up for some of the losses sustained. That's really cool. I think MIBR a little bit over-eager of rotating to try and save that round. KNG's reinvesting in the AWP himself, and he's got no utility, so even despite the nice shots, rough time ahead for MIBR. We'll see how they handle this first buy round. FAMAS coming out on Fallen and TRK.
Here it is. The first time around that Junior's actually going to be holding onto that AWP on the T side of things here. I'm interested to see how he uses that AWP. What kind of opera is Junior usually? Because on the T side of Overpass, it can be pretty challenging to find the kind of picks you're actually looking for, just dependent solely on how the CT defenders are holding their positions and angles.
Spongy.
Spongy indeed.
I feel like there's going to get to a point where we have too many nicknames, Sponge, Spongy. It's gonna be
I actually had a
Spunky
hard time
87.
in the last game pronouncing those names off of Yeah Gaming.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
Besides IDK, the rest were a bit challenging.
Wait till you get to the Russian names. Those will really throw you for a loop. 3-1, although 2 opening kills for MIBR. Nice job from MIBR. And Sheikh Zula's got to find some way to get back into this round. Up towards long A on KNG. He's got a teammate close up in bathroom, so he's got early warning system there. That's Fur, who's just waiting at an off angle. There is, I guess, like one little gap in this defense towards that main entrance to bathrooms on the CT side, towards the bomb site, but the odds of someone getting there without Fur hearing anything would be pretty wild.
And another kill here from MIBR. Solid round so far from them. First
Molotov
weapon
kill.
round of the half. And as I say that, Triumph gets the 2 kills though, but KNG still here.
This might be the best shooting I've seen out of KNG in a long
No,
time.
he's
with
been,
his ult.
I'm telling you, it's absolutely bonkers, man. Like, what we saw yesterday, especially on Mirage, like, he was literally everywhere just getting kills, like, within 15, 20 seconds.
I always looked at him as like one of those really frustrating operators who can hit like the crazy shots and who can thrive in like the really wild sequences, but like the easy shots, I don't know if it was just he never took them or just couldn't really hand him with a hit him with a high percentage, but that seems much improved today.
And we saw glimpses of it, right? I mean, even dating back to Flashpoint, we spoke about the impact that KNG was providing for this MIBR's lineup. And I mean, it's good to see that he's able to just be a dependable AWPer as well, not just in those crazy moments and crazy rounds.
Very fast round here from Triumph. It's a monster rush. They are hitting the bomb site though, but nice hold so far from MIBR. Bombs down, 4-on-3 situation. We'll see if they can actually do something with this Triumph with the map control, but it doesn't quite look like it.
No, especially
MIBR Snake Juice has been just great on this hold.
Yeah, and especially with Taco still alive over towards Monster, like controlling that part, what an impossible situation. Junior's the last one alive. He hasn't fired a shot yet. Hasn't been able to get into the action.
No, but to KNG's point as well, and as you guys discussed, and that's why, like, I think this MIBR also is going to be very dangerous once you get TRK fully, like, incorporated in this roster, because as you pointed out, like, KNG has been just very aggressive, and maybe his fault has been, like, he doesn't hit the easy shots, but once you kind of get that in order, and he's so aggressive, and as I mentioned, that MIBR likes to just run the dual op setups, yeah, you can try and avoid him if you want, but who do you have waiting on the other side of the bomb, like, the other bomb site in a defensive angle? Well, that's Fallen. And you know how he loves the chaotic angles as well when you start hitting the bomb site. Him like working the box a little bit more and stuff like that. Very annoying to play against.
Junior's trying to clear out an escape path to be able to just sit tight and save the weapon. MIBR's hunting. That's very early.
Yeah, Taco spotted him. He even indicated...
yeah, he shook his little crosshair.
Yeah, yeah.
Just letting everyone know.
They're trying to send a message right now, make sure Junior hears it loud and clear. And at this point, I mean, Junior can shove it right back down MIBR's throat, and that's what he's doing.
They jump around that corner with knives out?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The message is we're here, and we don't care about our money. But I mean, I like that. I like that they're chasing him down. You know, it's fine.
I do too. But I mean, maybe not knife out. That
Yeah.
seems a bit insane. Like that wasn't even really like once he gets that double kill, that's a pretty costly hunt. So it's not even really sending a message anymore. You've lost the plot.
Message received? No. Perhaps, but I think this is a timeout.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
It is
indeed.
very tough to tell.
They just add more time onto the clock. It's not.
There we go.
Yeah.
That sign makes it a little bit easier.
There you go. What kind of buy are they going to come out with? Upgraded three Tech 9s, 2 AKs on this T side. Actually pretty decent nades as well. 5 smokes, Molotovs, and flashbang. So some danger here in this round for Triumph. KNG, is that 10-2? Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
2 kills on Fallen
I'm
and
expecting
TRK.
a fast-paced round here, surely, from Triumph's side of things, especially with those Tech 9s in action.
Yeah, well, they're all grouped up as well. They've had a couple fast rounds already in this game. 3-3, and Fallen backs away from the early pressure. A tricky little angle in towards bathroom. So, yeah, I think once they come up this stairwell and they start attacking towards bathroom, these might speed up depending on what kind of kills we have come out. Fur's going to be able to spot them, and it'll be Fallen probably backing away once Fur gives up this angle. That's a really early set piece to throw those nades. Now it's a nice wall to allow them to get close up, and those Tech 9s pop flashing through, but look at all the damage that they've taken so far.
Yeah, but
I would love,
like these smokes. I really like these smokes, but MIBR, they are getting blinded here, but Sheikh Zula doesn't account for Kanji on the left side of long A there. But once again, these are some nice pickoffs, but all the smokes dissipate, and Taco finds himself up in the forward position by Optimus. And now Junior, he's in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, that's a shame. I actually really liked that round from Triumph. That was a really set play. What I don't like about it is that they were way too fast with it. They had a set play to just take that control, have at it. Like, once you get that, you just quiet down a little bit, like calm down, wait for MIBR to make a decision here. And on top of that, if for an add-on to that round is, now you have the drop off, you have the map control, now you want to take over B short a little bit so you don't have MIBR rotate so fast as they did. Because once you do that play and then once you execute fully, MIBR had 3 or 4 members there right off the bat because you're not playing the rotations well enough.
And they also took so much damage from those nades
exactly,
as they were trying to speed through bathrooms.
Yeah.
So.
But I would love to see that round again with a full buy and just a clear idea of like, hey, let's just take this control and let's just hold for time, and knowing that MIBR wants to go for some information peaks and just use that to your advantage. And at the same time, then you have them. You came from connectors, so you know no one's there, so you can just flash out there as well and just at least show your presence on short, so you don't cause for MIBR to have 4 there and just 1 at B because it's been quiet the whole round.
Ooh, I think Grimm's sticking out. He had an inkling, but the timing gets the best of him.
Oh, go back to Monster. That's a great spin. Nice try.
And he knows. TRK knows.
Another round here. We'll see. I would love maybe a time I just talk about some things. And I think that's exactly what we're getting. I feel like we're getting these replays and stuff when a timeout is called. I didn't hear a little click though, so I might be wrong, but I don't mind these aggressive rounds in the beginning if you feel like MIBR is giving you a lot of space to just take map control. Just don't over extend yourself. Like, you have so much time. If you take mid after 30 seconds, you still have 1 minute 20 on the clock. Like, there's so much time for you to just work rotation stuff, work information plays.
Wow.
Oh no, he's not gonna clear it. He's not. Oh, is he?
Oh!
Oh shoot!
We thought Kanji wasn't going to clear it, but it was Curry that did not clear it.
When they watch this back and he sees that timing, he's gonna punch a monitor.
Yeah, that's... Ooh, and Fur, another good chance here.
Oh, good rebuttal from Grim. That's Kanji being aggressive. Oh, but there's the AWP, and they never saw that pushed up. Yeah. That's a nice shot from Fallen. Spongy and Junior last alive.
Yeah, I mean, these are all duels and opportunities that MIBR will eat up, right? These are all fights that they're looking for. You saw Fur. I mean, that's the easiest frag he's going to get right there. Just an enemy walking into his crosshair top connector.
Well, this is that classic problem of Triumph at this stage in the game need to find a way to force MIBR to respect them. Like, those pushes won't happen if Triumph is able to, like, start winning a round or two and, like, fight back. But, I mean, as long as MIBR is saying, oh, okay, we pushed and we went for a 3-for-1 trade, like, we'll do that all day long. We'll take that any day of the week.
I think one of the things that players don't, or teams really don't do that well, is like think ahead a little bit. Because one of the things that we should note as well, if Triumph is hitting the A bomb site here a lot, even though they're not winning, one of the things we'll see the answer from MIBR is they're going to start putting 3 towards A. And that opens up the B bomb site a little bit more for Triumph to like do an expo into B bomb site with the 2 of just like catching them off guard a little bit. It'll be fun to see here. Like I said, we normally call it with timeouts and stuff because it is online. If they have a coach, it's allowed to talk all the time, which is obviously why, like, I have noticed a lot, like, people say, like, why don't they call a timeout? But because you're allowed to talk all the time, like, even during freeze time, even during, like, as soon as the round ends, like, there's so much time to still talk. The timeouts are, honestly, should be used for, like, hey, like, listen, let's talk about, like, there's so much information across the map that you guys have. Just, like, tell me what's going on. Like, just, hey, are they doing stuff at Monster? Are they wasting a lot of nades? Do they have a lot of nades late? All of this matters.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does. But those are all the things that are really that are really difficult for, like, teams to put together at this level of play.
Well, exactly.
You know,
I'm talking, like,
yeah.
When we talk, because you had mentioned it as well, like, and that's one of the things that I don't think people really pay attention to, is that a lot, even the lower tier scene, is like a lot of people are individually skilled now.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Didn't see them either.
And
Oh, my
oh
God.
man, yep, this is it. Farm DM session.
Triple kill at least.
I made this sound yesterday. I'll do it again today. But this is like, give me those. So of course, it's fur as well. Getting
I've
those
only in
sweet
my life
egos.
ever heard the bears make that sound. I've never heard any rational human being make it.
It's alright. We're all the bears deep inside. Nice push from fur.
I can't even say that's a nice push. That's just mean.
Okay, friendly fire is
I know.
enabled. Well, that's good to know. I don't know. That's a nice little push there, yeah. Like we said.
I can't believe he went up that ladder and someone was at the top. They just weren't looking to the right. That's insane. This is like the easiest spray down as well. Like no one, they even all line up for him. It's just so cute the way they do that.
Here we go.
That's where it's going to get really frustrating for the in-game leader of Triumph, or basically everyone on the team. You're going to feel so useless that when Fur's able to push and just have that happen.
And that's why, like you had mentioned, even if you have a lower, like a lesser skilled team in Triumph here, like rule number one is like always make sure that every base is covered, right? So if you work in A, you can have one guy connect, you can have one guy B just holding, so you know for a fact like, hey, the focus should be here. I don't have to worry about getting shot in the back, for example. This is a nice little entry from Junior, something that is desperately needed from Triumph here, trying to go for some peaks initially, because KNG has been the one, or even Fallen and Fur has been like really well on like trying to search for these entries. So
Yeah, they just need to capitalize on it now. If they let this one slip away, then I think the half is just going to be a disaster. 7-3 in the favor of MIBR.
Looks like this is going to be a pop flash play for Curry. See if he can get a pick towards Monster here.
They don't have a whole lot of nades. They have one smoke. So when they attack this bomb site, they've got Molotovs, one smoke, decent. I mean, not decent, actually, 3 flashbangs to utilize. So even if they take this, I feel like it's going to have to be costly with these smokes coming in for fall and a little bit more delay tactics. And then you'll have no utility for the retake itself.
And look at the rotate from MBR too. He's all the way up by close connector as well. So rotation-wise from MBR is going to be really quick here once Triumph actually decides to go on this bomb site. But because of the smoke usage from MIBR, because there hasn't been a lot of pressure on that B bomb site, they've been focusing on A, they've held their nades so well. So now you're in a point where 20 seconds left, Triumph has to make a move on, have to run through these smokes. And MIBR is ready for it.
Beautiful flashes.
Textbook play. And that's exactly what happens when you don't put pressure on the map and MIBR can just sit here just quietly and be like, hey, nothing's really happening. Like, you have to put some pressure. This is why we say, like, if you want to put pressure initially on, like, A, for example, you fall back to B. That way you have the guys on very basic thinking, right? But you have the CT guys, the A guys wasting nades initially to hold off that. You go B, they waste some stuff. Again, to Jason's point, you're not going to have a lot of nades on the T side, but in the fairness there, that's when you should really be pinpoint on the trades, on the flashbang that you are throwing, really hitting the bomb site on the proper timing, and just work the retake after that, or after plant rather. Very dominant so far though from MIBR.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it looked like it could have been a little bit sketchy.
Ooh.
That's an odd way to find a kill. That Tech 9, man, it's back.
It's back, baby.
I missed it. I never thought I'd say that when it was happening, but I have missed it.
Instead of the CZ?
Yeah, I hate
He's
the
not a
CZ.
fan,
I
yeah.
hated the CZ world. That timeline was atrocious.
I feel like Tech 9 is a good spot now.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think any pistol is like over the top.
There's been some interesting conversation on the Deagle being a little bit overpowered.
Nah.
As someone who's never in my life been able to get good with the Deagle
No, but
in
here's
any
the
version
thing.
of Counter-Strike except for Source, because it was like I don't know, that was like the easiest Deagle in the history of the world.
Oh,
I can see what they
no.
mean with the Deagle being too easy. I wouldn't necessarily say like the accuracy part. I think it's like when you're close quarters and you just shoot body and it's 2 bullets and you just kill someone. So if you're like lower on train, for example, like what the Rob's position is like what he's known for, is like really strong. Maybe that could use like a small nerf, but
Well, 4th round for Triumph.
yeah, it's a good one.
Unlikely as well, bringing in the Tech 9s and the pistols. It's a classic. Getting shut down, no idea what to do with rifles, but the pistols pan out well. I don't know. They still, I mean, with the benefit... Oh, dear, that's not an ideal missed shot. Fall's about to get flanked, and he's shut down. AWP can get picked up. This is going to be a huge benefit for Triumph's economy. This is basically a round that makes sure that they can buy, you know, even if they lose a round.
Yeah, and especially after getting shut down 5 rounds in a row, I mean,
Right.
to be able to find a round like this, it's certainly a breath of fresh air, but to be able to replicate it, it's going to be pretty challenging for Triumph. I mean, we just mentioned it. It was off the back of Tech 9s. It was off the back of having a low shitty buy. So replicating that here into this gun round with all the utility that you want to use, with all the, you know, strats that you have in your back pocket, it might become a little bit more challenging, but let's see. This is a huge pivot round for Triumph coming into this.
I think it's a short control this time around, maybe. It's actually a round like this, I would actually have loved to see like an expo play from Triumph. If you know that MIBR has not wasted a lot of nades in monster area and stuff like that, maybe just the one smoke.
That's a little bit early for Grim to take that. I mean, that's not even a necessary peak to take. You don't need that part of the map quite yet, especially because Curry isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I had mentioned, right, with the whole thing with basics. Because right now, if you look at the map where Triumph is actually working on control, they have to be short. For the guy in mid, he just needs to stay alive. He just makes sure that no one is flanking them when he's doing that. There's no point in peeking. There's no point in getting information. It's not going to give you anything at that point. But instead he goes down, and what happens, the rotation just comes, right? And like they're forced to make this play, and it's so early. It hasn't even been 50 seconds in the round. They're already down to 1 member. And that's not MIBR going aggressive. That's literally just Triumph losing the entry, and they're forced to make a play.
TRK is doing such a sick job at this A-bomb site at the moment. Like towards Monster, towards short. He's hitting some very, very nice shots. Pretty impressive stuff. 9-4, and this T side from Triumph starting to fall flat after that second round conversion. Another buy because they were able to win an eco or a force buy and pick up some salvaged weapons, but man, this is really getting out of control. MIBR up big and not looking like they're going to slow down whatsoever.
Yes, changed the pace here from Triumph, up towards B, but now it's a fast mid-take instead. One thing we haven't actually seen MIBR do a lot, which we see a lot in Europe, is the double mollies or even a single molly up in mid to kind of cover that off, so like T's have to force to use a smoke or something to like go through.
Ooh.
MIBR is not doing that. They're saving the mollies instead for like later. We'll probably bomb plant.
KNG.
This is what I meant by their utility better be on point, because like that is such a punishing, like what a tax to play, or to pay, excuse me. Like KNG gets 2 kills in the early bathroom and then a third one provided by the Op of Fallen. Now they're wrapped around from behind. I mean, MIBR might have like dinner plans. They want to get this over with.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You said it yourself as well. They did a really good job. They get really fast map control, but instead they kind of like just take it for granted. Oh, they're just probably playing bomb site. Instead of using a flashbang there, for example, or clearing it, it's just like 1 by 1 running through, and it's just like, well, you're not setting yourself up for trades even because you're like stressing too much. You're not even looking at radar and saying, hey, wait a second so I can be like with you. We don't have to use the flash if we don't want to, but at least make sure that when you're getting killed that I'm at least there to trade.
It's rough.
It's been a very dominant MIBR half so far. I mean, really not a lot of things going right for Triumph's way. As we pointed out, like a low buy there, and that's really just a rush. And you tend to see those round wins a lot of the times when teams run out of ideas and they just rush and kind of catch CTs off guard. We'll see. 10-5 wouldn't still be a bad half though. Pistol round win and start clawing it back. So again, we see Fur being very aggressive here. Triumph really haven't found a way to counter this a whole lot. And as I pointed out, I was mentioning the molly. We did see that round for Fur to actually get up with a good angle here.
This is a bold play, but I mean it is Fur, and it's worked for him all half. That's a massively important trade from Junior to shut that down before anything crazy got started. Still, I have to traverse the whole map, and again, it's just like pointing it out too. It sucks like going for that 1-for-1 trade and having a 4-on-4, and then you look down at Triumph's utility on the HUD, and you're like, ah, this isn't going to go well. And look at the double stack in short sewers. They actually have a player at the A bomb site watching their back. And the sound cue obviously from the door, but this...
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear. They all line up, and that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Fallen's going to back away. Not too shabby for Triumph. A chance to get a 5th.
Definitely going to get the bomb down here, and that Molotov is everything from Spongy to slow down the rotations, but both players from MIBR are heaven, and he tagged KNG. Spongy, he knows it, pulls out the Glock, and you know what? That's the best out of the worst situation. Definitely did not look good going into that one.
No, it really didn't. They scraped together every round they could. 5 rounds in a tough half. So we're going to head to a break, and we'll see if they can bring it back once they switch over to defense. So stay tuned.
Triumph on the CT side now. Struggling a little bit on the T side. Ended up getting the last round at least on the half. Was looking to be like an 11-4, but ended up winning that one. So 4-on-2 at the end there. We get the trades, obviously. It's like 4-on-4, but whatever.
I just don't think it's going to be enough. And, I mean, they seemed really uncomfortable on a lot of that T side. So here we go. That's actually... Okay, I'll take it all back. They know what they're doing. They're on top, Robin. This is... They just spanked him.
They're on
top
of
things. It's a classic. As soon as I say something, it's gone the other way entirely. Fur, and he finds one.
But it's the same. We talk about like the whole thing of like seat side is harder, but it also depends on like the structure of the team, right? If you have like 5 individuals and they like to just like pug around and like, hey, give me a flash and I'll just peek and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they play it that way and like very aggressive CT side, if MIBR is not prepared for it, they might struggle a little bit. But once it comes down to like the team play kind of base of CT side of like, hey, let's have the crossfires, have this flashbang here and stuff like that. That's really when the lesser teams start to struggle versus like these top tier teams.
Well, it's a long half. See how this goes. I mean, what? MIBR won the pistol on the first half, trying with the second. I'm going to sit like you're sitting. You seem very comfortable.
Oh, it's great. It's great, man.
Cross-legged, no shoes.
Yeah. And then you just cross your legs even more so later.
Okay.
Get some hate on the internet. It's fantastic, man.
For crossing your legs?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not very manly.
You've got nice Swedish legs.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you so
pistol
much.
round for Triumph. 6-10 as they close the gap. I don't know. This is their map pick. So, I mean, 5 rounds on the T side is doable. And you'd imagine if they're willing to pick Overpass into MIBR, they're going to have a solid setup going on, or at least some kind of idea of how they want to play this, and some comfort and practice with their CT sides.
Yeah, because even on that round, like, obviously it sounds very basic in that sense, but like just the setup initially there just comes to show at least they've maybe talked a little bit about crossfires, because you had one guy in Monster, you had one guy behind Roll, like they're helping each other out.
Yes.
So like, and that's hence why that pistol round just goes the way of Triumph there. It's just very nice trading. So we'll see if they keep that up. We'll see how their flashbang usage as well on this map. But round on the board, and we see a buy from MIBR.
And this scout on Fallen once again. He's found so much success with it. Ooh, once again, he does see a member of Triumph, but that's a miss.
I don't think they're going to smoke that off. Ooh, that's a good push. That's important. And a peek from Grim at the same exact time. I was going to say, I don't think they'll smoke that off because they want to exploit the fact that that guy's in bathrooms. Unfortunately, just a weird timing with that peek up from the staircase.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal. Taco taking some damage as well.
Taco does find one, but once again, Triumph, they've got those crossfires hashed out. They've got these, they've got some of the details that we kind of saw missing coming out of Gaming hashed out on this CT side of things. It seems like, at least in these first 2 rounds. So certainly, the real test is going to come when MIBR are at full force.
So fun fact,
full capacity.
the first game for Triumph this tournament was actually versus Gaming. They lost 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so they ended up beating Team 1 and the New England Whalers by 2-0. So they definitely still have Brazilian experience in terms of playing against Brazilians. Obviously, playstyles are definitely a lot differently. Like Jason pointed out, I think MIBR is a lot more European kind of playstyle centric compared to like a Furia or a Gaming. So definitely a whole other beast here for Triumph.
Ooh, there it is. That's a good find. Get you one more, Taco. Have a dig. Almost. Sheikh Zula. We haven't had to say his name a whole lot. Christine, you were excited about that. He's got 4 kills.
I was.
Homeboy Grimm's up at 22. I did not see that coming at all.
You know what? Grimm surprised a lot, even in that Blast Pro, the little aim challenge that they had.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the Deagle challenge, right?
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure he won the Deagle challenge.
Dude,
so
that was so fun. When I looked at even the movement one, I was laughing so much because it's just very apparent. Like you can kind of see who's good on movement. Like the game leaders were all really bad, right?
Yeah,
Like that's their least focus.
Did you see MVK's tweet? He was like, "Let's get me and Pasha." And
Oh
I think
man!
one other
I
player
mean, Pasha, for the people that don't know, like if you ever used to watch Pasha in his prime, even like he walked like a brick. Like it's insane the movement of that guy. Like definitely not known for his movement, but he's just more so like when he saw someone, he just killed him.
I know.
It's just so funny. Like even watching his play, yeah.
I've seen it work out
like
so many times where his movement is so awkward and unwieldy that it actually makes his like opponents confused about where he's going.
Right.
You can just see them being like, "What?
Is he still there?" Slow round here from MIBR. We didn't see this from Triumph in the sense of like it's been a minute, but look at map control. MIBR can play this very.
That's not what you want to see.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of a flop.
Speaking of movement,
but I love this from MIBR because one of the things they've done is like, hey, let's just see what Triumph does. This is like, you know, the first weapon round or whatever. Like, let's see if they're doing something fancy. Let's see if they want to go some aggressive plays. Instead, you have a very defensive setup from Triumph. They are stacking 3 towards A with a semi-aggressive play on their bathroom area there. But we'll see. We talk about the whole thing with nades. Look at MIBR. They're going to be a full-on execute here. We'll see if Triumph can actually hold this.
I hope. Yeah, they just rotated someone over, I think. That's a good call. 35 seconds, you spot an AWP out at long like that, you can bet it's going to be a hit towards this bomb site. Another kill for Grim. And the real push hasn't even come in. There's a flank. There's a follow-up flank coming as well. MIBR's never going to expect this, but it is an SMG. As long as they can hold them off at the A bomb site, they're going to be fine, and they've done just that. Grim. What a god. Is that 4 kills in the round?
I believe that was
3. 25 and 12.
Wow.
He's definitely keeping them in the game so far, for sure.
Yeah, this is hard carry mode.
You know, it's one of the things that Summit's like, because we're like so far, like, we definitely see the plays and stuff. We don't really see how many people get killed or who gets killed. So like when we see this now, of like, holy crap, like Grim is having a fantastic series or a fantastic map so far. Really taking the whole
great
team
equalizer
of
that we can't see the scores. We gotta just talk about who's having impact.
We don't need that in Counter-Strike. Fake news.
Now, at a certain point, I hope it doesn't happen, but we may have to discuss the fact that MIBR dodged this map, Overpass, for the better part of all of 2019, if we look back. And I mean, they just kind of recently reintroduced it back into their map pool.
It's such a weird map for me to judge MIBR on because they used to be so good on it.
Yeah.
And like I feel like they actually kind of helped build the foundation for like the meta of this map. And now I'm just like, how have you gone from that to not being able to handle it or going away from it?
Yeah.
So it's just strange. Hero AK on Taco.
Oh, okay.
That's an odd choice, and yeah, this is usually the results of that, running through fire instead of pausing. I'm assuming because they'd already used some of their utility, they just wanted to try and take advantage of it, but that Molotov did so much damage.
Yeah, and even the second one to follow up after MIBR smoked and extinguished it. So really nice utility work coming out of Triumph once again. A stark difference. I mean, we were talking about MIBR looking like they were ready to close this series out in that first half. They were so dominant, very aggressive, confident.
Yeah, now we're tied.
Cooking
and
with gas.
And maybe the worry is maybe we don't have to worry about a little bit about Triumph here. But we'll see. I think both of these rounds, like for MIBR, the first round, their first weapon round, it was a very defensive round. Didn't really go for peaks or anything like that. This is a very different round, though, coming in, even from Triumph, but also from MIBR, if we look at the change of pace. Going a little bit faster this time around. We do have the up as well on Fallen. Just waiting for the smokes to clear here now for MIBR side, and we're going to be seeing the connector and the mid push of just retaking that.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a big-time player to have trapped here. Sheikh Zula has chimed in. He's traded off. Grim goes down for free. That puts Junior in a really tough spot. He's got way... Oh, I don't know how he's alive. I don't know how he's done this, and he almost was able to get one more kill out of it. That would have been spectacular.
That would have been really nice. You even saw he had his pistol out. He knew he tagged TRK, but the target selection was not on his side that time around. But Curry, I mean, he's in this forward position. If MIBR sniffs something out, make the bad read, and go back towards B, he might have an opening. But as it stands right now, it does seem like MIBR are leaning towards that A site. What's so funny, Jason?
I don't even know if it's actually that funny. He just like TRK has a low HP, so Fallen passed him the op. And in theory, you'd think that would be so he could stay back, but then he also passed him the bomb. So I was just like, all right. But I mean, they're not moving anywhere at the moment, so I mean, it's fine. I think TRK just sitting back looking for a peak with that AWP, but certainly want to pass that bomb off at some point.
What if he entries with the op?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got low HP, and there's 14 seconds on the clock. You could see a way in theory in which one HE grenade thrown by either of those players, which they don't have, but like in a world where, you know, that's just a scary selection, but obviously not a problem in this round.
It's a shame for Triumph. They actually had a good, nice setup in the beginning of that round with the double boost in down in connector. The problem is that I see is that they've made a lot of noise down there already with the smoke bang and like kind of showing that, hey, we're down here. I would have loved to just see both of them fall back instead of leaving a guy, because what's going to happen is, you know for a fact that MIBR, they know you've been down there, so why would they, you know, as a better team, like, again, we talk about the whole thing of nade usage, when to use it, they are very much aware that they could be there. They're not just going to dry peek one by one and just, like, gamble that they're not going to be there. They were going to waste the one molly, for example. That's exactly what happened. And they get the payoff rather than Triumph. Yeah, you make the noise there, you can fall back. They still waste the molly there, and they still, you don't get the trade. But just the fact that the mindset from MIBR is just like, oh, okay, they actually play connected quite a bit, and we didn't get the trade. It's way more nade uses that they have to use to kind of retake that area.
And it's such an important part of the map. Like, you know MIBR is going to clear that out. Like, they need to have that passageway open to go between the bomb sites if they wanted, and to leave that danger open to the defense. So, oh well, one round back. Maybe hope that's let's hope that's a hiccup in this Triumph defense that has looked good. That's the first round MIBR got in the second half. It was a 5-0 run to start it out for Triumph.
Yeah, and hopefully Sheikh Zula finds some success with this AWP. First time we're seeing him wielding that in this match. And nice double HE grenade setup from MIBR, even taking out the highest heavy hitter on Triumph right now.
Yeah, not even like the heaviest hitter, like the hard carry.
Yeah,
like
actual hard carry.
The heavy hitter is like an understatement, and
Yeah.
that's 2 rounds in a row now. He was the one picked off in the connector with the Molotov into the smoke, so that's 2 rounds he hasn't even been able to attempt to have an impact in the round. Look at the position, the forward position towards the A bomb site. Fur, again, just keeping this up, and one player's out at long. I wonder if he's going to clear long or just push all the way down. Oh, this is wild.
And he's communicated to KNG at the moment, so definitely he's
Round's
aware.
over.
Yeah.
And it's a save call. But Fur's so close to the hunt already, he might be able to pick that 1 AWP off that's just going up the ramp. They're never going to expect it this early. Freebie.
This round's going to hurt. This round's definitely going to hurt
This
Triumph.
might be the dagger.
Yeah. I mean, even in the finance department, the morale department, right now Triumph are probably scratching their heads wondering how the hell did that happen. Sheikh Zula certainly thought he had somewhat map control, but yeah, one by one, they just get hunted down by MIBR. Hardly any damage even taken. Taco, sure, he took some damage at the very end there, but you saw it. All of MIBR, full health.
That's a pretty clean victory. Pretty clean. Pretty good.
Pretty good. And it's a save round for Triumph. Can't see, but I'm guessing it's just going to be the one save. Curry with some extra money. So he's going to buy an armor and some nades. We're going to be seeing a pretty fast, at least a triple nade again, or the double nade from MIBR.
Ooh!
Ouch. Goodbye. Good night.
That's one way to go down.
Curry's like, all right, I'm going to get some intel towards Monster. Yep, they're there, guys.
Yeah, he got it. Exactly as I planned. KNG's going to have the op with his low HP. Some more aggression out towards long. This should be a pretty easy round for MIBR to mop up. What's the next map? Dust 2?
Yeah, MIBR's map pick.
Nice.
Triumph ended up vetoing Train. It's going to be Dust 2. And like I said, MIBR played Dust 2 yesterday twice, and they were really good. Like, they really had their basics covered, both on seat side and on the T side.
I like that.
Yeah, it made it really difficult for Chaos.
If you guys had to pick a map to remove from the pool right now.
Mirage. I mean, is that even a question? Here's the thing. Is that even a question if you just look at just where we're at in the scene? Like, Mirage is the first map to get remodeled, right? From the old one to the new one.
Mirage.
Yeah, but and then the second time, the second thing is, it's also the oldest map in the pool now, if you look at the remake.
What if they brought back old Mirage instead of this Mirage?
I mean, they wouldn't.
I know.
I would love that. But I think, I actually think Mirage is gone, and I think Anubis is going to come in.
Anubis. Oh, that
Have you
was the one
played
that
Anubis yet?
I haven't. That's the one I saw it with Anders when we were in LA for Flashpoint. That was, I think that's the map that won the map core contest.
Yeah.
And I remember Anders going over it because he was one of the judges in that, and I was sitting next to him at the time and wasn't really paying attention. He was like, "This map is amazing." He's like, "This is so cool. This would actually be a great competitive map." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, Anders. Yeah, whatever." He always talks
Talking
about
nonsense again.
he talks to me about like aliens and stuff. So I'm just like, "Yeah, great, man."
I mean, that topic's right
Cool-
up your alley. You
cool
love
map,
that.
bro. I am a big fan of aliens.
Another solid round on the board from MIBR. Keeping
Ooh,
all
can he get a
5.
gun
I say
here?
all
No.
5, but we'll see if he will
Bang
get
down.
this kill or not.
Oh.
He won't.
You can't mess with fur like that.
Yeah. First, get out of here.
That's unfortunate for Triumph as well. No money on MIBR side is just keeping on growing. Feel like if they wanted to make a comeback, this is the start here. Goodbye, we
It
have
might
an
be
op.
the end. This might be the last chance they have of making a comeback.
Yeah, I agree. It's 14 and then they're forced on a save. It's going to be 15-10 and then partial buy. So
Well, they-
definitely
well,
a
that-
very important round.
They have a decision to make. I would imagine it'd be the partial buy as well. Because, I mean, they have a 3-round losing bonus at the moment, which I think is 2,900. So they...
And as you pointed out before, on like a train, for example, this is so important for them as well to keep saving your weapons. If you notice, hey, we're not winning this round, just don't even go for it. Just like you have 3 more rounds here until MIBR wins, and it's just, you know, map point or map point, and we go on to next. Just save. They hit A, and you have 3 guys alive. Just go and save. And then you have a scrappy, like 2 guys with scrappy buys, but you still have rifles and stuff with utility. Don't overextend yourself here. There's still more rounds to be played. But you notice as well, I'm not a super fan of this in the sense of like, because Triumph is in that deficit, like they're giving away so much map control for MIBR for free. You see them not really contesting a lot. You see them not really even like showcasing that they're even there, like just taking a shot, for example. So like for MIBR, it's going to be, after they get done with bathrooms here, you're going to see a lot of more crouching and just walking.
I would imagine they've kind of been put in their place a little bit, because we saw some of that aggression earlier. Remember when we had them pushed up with the Yawp? We had like Junior pushed up towards Picnic. We had Grim that round down in the stairs. I think they've just been, it hasn't like really panned out. I think they're just a little bit scared to do it. MIBR's utility usage has probably forced them away.
No,
but I agree with you. It probably needs to come back to a certain degree.
I would say yes today as well, but one of the things they really haven't been doing,
Oh,
for example,
boy.
they haven't fought for B a lot. They haven't fought for B short. It's a lot of A aggression, but here we see the MIBR execute as well.
We just
Little
had to
bit
be
of
in his
a puppy.
POV.
Oh,
That poor guy. We
feels
just had to
bad.
be watching him.
Super feels
Feels
bad. But this is a great play from Triumph. Like I had mentioned as well, like the gamble was towards A. They had 3 guys there. MIBR, very smart play with an Expo on to B. Triumph, as soon as they just go down, it's an insta-quick call for save.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when Homeboy Molotovs himself to like half HP. That's, yeah.
In another
It happens.
world, that could have been a VIP MVP Molotov.
But
you know?
that's why, like, it's stuff like that I feel like teams don't really like consider, right? Because in all the statements, like post game, like, I feel we should have won that we threw some rounds. Hey, listen, it's the same for all the teams. Like, look at that, right? Like, there's always going to
Yeah.
be a mistake that's a teammate that makes you lose round. Like, that's why you lose rounds, right? Like, if you have all the rounds, you're like, oh my god, these are great rounds.
Mistake-free Counter-Strike is pretty lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that as an excuse for why you lost. Of like, oh yeah, we should have won. We just like
All
that
right,
round.
everybody take notes. Someone clip this. And next
okay.
time Robin does a post-game interview,
I have an excuse.
We just keep him honest. That's all
Listen,
I'm saying.
I feel like we've obviously lost our fair share as of late, but I feel like I also haven't come up with excuses.
I actually don't think I've ever seen you do a post-game interview, so I don't even know what you've said.
I mean, I don't either. So if I did,
I would never say that.
it would be riddled with excuses. Timeout called here. I'm guessing it's definitely from Triumph. They saved the 3 weapons, so I mean, it's still a very good buy here.
Yeah, that's at least a benefit, because with the bonus money the way it is, you can obviously drop a FAMAS or SMG over to your teammate, which it looks like they've done for Spongy and Curry.
We'll see what the answer is here. As I'd mentioned, one of the things Triumph hasn't really done, like they did the boost in Connector, they did some aggressive plays in Ace and stuff like that, but one of the things we talk about just in terms of like, I don't expect Triumph to like go for peaks here, but I expect them to like have some information to go off of, so they can make plays like these. Of like, hey, they're doing a bunch of stuff in mid. Like you can go aggressive short because like the odds of them being a lot of people there are so slim. Like this is a great initial setup. I hope now that Triumph sets it up so like actually they do have some backup here and they have an escape plan. Like nice on entry. You know, you can fall back now. You can regroup. Let's talk about it. Expo Flash now I would love to see in Monster. You keep on going for like little peaks instead of just like, okay, be prepared for it.
That's an unfortunate smoke that slows them down. This is perfect. You're exactly right.
Yep.
This is great playing from Triumph in this round. It's going to be their first round of the first round in a long time on the CT side. 1 versus 3 for Fallen. And he's got an AWP. Smoke into the bomb site to maybe give him some cover, but that follow-up lurk in towards Toxic Barrels is just impossible to deal with.
This is a great round from Triumph, honestly. Like a lot of the things we talk about the tier 1 theme versus even the tier 2s and tier 3s, like we look at in the beginning of the round, here's during freeze time, you always talk about, hey, what do we want to do? A lot of the things, the mistake a lot of the lesser teams do is, once this plan is over, this initial plan that you have right now, it's like a 30-second thing in the beginning of the round. What do you do once you're done with that? What do you do once you get the entry and stuff like that? You have to regroup, you have to talk about it. Where else are we fighting now? Where else are we doing? Triumph, this is the first round. They've actually done that perfectly. They get the entry on short, they fall back. You didn't get the smoke or the flash necessarily, but they regroup into Monster. They still got the crossfires. If they keep this up, like this is this is a good CT setup. But obviously, we talk about like you can't do that every single round. There has to be more and more ideas.
Ooh, and the ideas coming through here. That was an HE grenade to open the door for Junior, potentially for an opening pick, but Taco, it looks like this might be a pop flash play pounce type of deal. It's just a contact play here. And they're so blind. Taco's eating it up.
That's like yeah, that's brutal.
Eesh.
That's like the second or third time we've seen in this stretch that MIBR just have had like a simple pop flash play. That's just been that effective. Oh, man.
I mean, we love pop flash plays, you know? But to be that effective, to get that much...
I think, again, it's like Triumph is so focused on their own stack and what they're doing that they're not expecting it. That's a pretty fast and pretty easy way. Again, I think this is mostly just like the fact that MIBR truly does not respect this defense, which is great to see them do that.
Absolutely.
Because against another team, like you're not just gonna walk out short sewers and all the way up to sandbags and just do one pop flash into the bomb site. Like against like another top pro team, MIBR is gonna be throwing smokes and flashes to get control first. They're gonna be spamming a little bit and trying to keep the defense honest, and they just haven't had to worry about any of that against Triumph.
They do save 2 weapons though. MIBR went on the hunt. Super important. I mean, granted, Triumph did. I think they survived with 4 players to round day 1, so money's still definitely there. But now there's no room for mistakes. These things can't happen again. I talk about the whole thing of information control. Obviously, pop rounds like that is very hard. Like they did have like a setup for like the boost towards door. I would love for Triumph now as well. Like play a little bit cocky in the sense of, like go for a little bit for information play. You don't have to go for the kills. Just go for, and like try and go for information. You see here in mid now, not a lot of nades are being thrown for MIBR's way, and you have a pretty decent setup. Go for the rotations now. See what's going on. Where are the nades being thrown?
Well, they're getting at least some information out towards long A, right? They're pushing all the way up towards Rock. The question is he actually going to turn that corner? Sheikh Zula.
Get him, Sheikh Zula. Get involved.
Get stuck in.
Oh, there's no bike there anymore. But he still goes to that old bike angle. And I mean, I don't know how I feel about this crossfire. Robin, do you guys run this crossfire a lot with Dignitas?
We don't, but normally when we do, for example, we at least have one guy in short, because like what Jason had pointed out as well, especially since you don't have connected control, you have no idea the way that, well, MIBR is doing right now is like textbook, right? Like they're walking through, they're flashing in and stuff like that. Now you should see a rotate from Triumph. If you want to keep this long setup, you need to make sure you have a rotate on a bomb site. I love this push from Triumph as well of like, hey, it's time to take space, like, okay, we have to fall back. Now it's time to take some map control, go for a gamble, and just try and flank them a little bit, because now once MIBR hits this bomb site, yeah, you have 2 guys there, but Sheikh Zula is so far.
He sees nobody.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Bad read.
This flank better get at least 2 kills out of it. It might. I don't know if anyone's watching it. There's the op peering into the bomb site. He's gonna he's just gonna take it. That's the bomb. That's why he took it early.
Yeah.
He wanted to drop that bomb. MIBR is gonna have to come back for it, and they might have to fight. Sheikh Zula looking for the timing, and they've already left. And now he's pinned down by another AWP.
Is the bomb going B now?
No, he's going A. It's just one guy holding. Yeah, it's KNG here. He might get the second.
Oh,
yeah.
that's sick.
Bomb went down though, but Triumph is definitely finding the bomb site here. MIBR players 2-on-2, super low though, one shot each.
One's an op though on KNG.
They do have nades though on Triumph
Oh,
here.
Kobe.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, he almost walked into that shot. That would have been
Wow.
great. Nice try. Good job from Triumph. But I mean, that's all Sheikh Zula. That delay, that time to buy them the like extra 10 seconds to rotate back from the B bomb site, because that was a losing rotation. That was a losing call.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But at least I love the fact that they're willing to make those plays. The timing wise could have been a little bit better, but just the fact that hey, like we're going aggressive. We had that set up, but we have the rotate. That's exactly what you need, because the map, it's a really large map in general. Like the rotations are fast, but there's a lot of space to be made here, which is why like a team like Fnatic, for example, you see Brawlon up in A long like every single round, just like running around. There's for a reason, because there's so much more ground that you have to cover as on the T side. Nice entry again here from Grim. Stunning connector. We talked about the escape plan. I would love for him to just get out now. You don't have to stay. You're supposed to have a guy in mid that's supposed to help you here so you get away. Good job. Now we fall back, and now we talk about like the phase 2, right? Like this should be another reaction move here by Triumph. Like, hey, what's going on? Okay, we see the nades here. Good entry here from Sheikh Zula. That's why 5-on-3. Now we're playing defensively. Now we're using our nades. Now we're setting up crossfires. So when MIBR does do their execute, it doesn't matter if there's quite a bit. You should have the man advantage enough to as long as the trades are good, MIBR should never win this round.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out. I mean, I say that as well, knowing as well that MIBR doesn't have a lot of nades in their hands. They have a molly and 2 smokes.
Yeah, I mean, you're entirely right. This is a round that Triumph should have every day of the week with a 5-on-3 advantage in the way that they're able to just kind of sit back. I mean, look how they're also playing for the retake at the 8 bomb site, which I think is super smart as well. Let them get the plant. Just don't lose your weapons. Don't decimate your economy by trying to challenge too early. Give them all the space in the world and trust that you guys can retake with 2-man advantage.
Kanji's doing his best to keep the defenders at B, but already he's trying to rendezvous back towards A. I think MIBR get a plant off here, because as you mentioned, Triumph are going to give it to him.
They're 100% getting a plant. The question is what comes afterwards.
Exactly, and I love the fact from Triumph here, they're holding their nades, because now, okay, the HG is completely fine, but what's most important are the flashbangs and the smokes here for retake. For Grimmer to go a little bit aggressive, I mean, I would love for him to wait a little bit, but I mean, he does get it, and we have a lot of members still on the board for Triumph. Nice little round. As we pointed out, the whole bomb plant thing doesn't really too much of a concern for Triumph's end, at least. Like they're not allowed to lose a single round anyway, so let's just keep on, just keep on going. Just make sure that hey, let's just play it safe. Let's not lose the round.
Grim is on 34 kills.
That's nice.
I mean, he's heating up, and he's been punished in that connector area. We saw it. He got spammed through the smoke after getting Molotoved, but he went back in there time and time again, and he's finding the duels that he wants.
Yeah, we do have another timeout here.
This one's, I would imagine, from MIBR. Talk things over.
And they're broke as well.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, it's rounds like these, and we talk about like the danger. Like the last 2 rounds from Triumph, they've done a really good job in like going for the initial peaks and going for some map control of getting the entries, and like obviously making sure the grounds are covered as well. For MIBRs and here, like you have 2 ways of running it. Obviously, knowing that Triumph is fishing for entries now is going to be a low buy. I'm expecting like Tech 9 armors, like a long A play, for example, or a B pop play, for example. But just try and get him off guard a little bit. Like, stop trying to lose entries all over the map. Like, try and do something together. The B-pop that you did before, like, obviously worked and it was, like, great. You should just go back to that as well.
I have to imagine Triumph is someone on that team is saying, don't get pop flashed. Like, whatever happens, don't get pop flashed at B. Don't just let them have a contact play. I think you're right, though. They might just be going back to it. Taco has that hero AK-47. Here's Sheikh Zula. This should be a kill for the off. Should be a kill for the off. He misses the chance. He hasn't got down. I don't know how that's possible. And MIBR not able to take advantage of Monster. Finally it's gone, but the damage is done.
I love that as well. We talk about the Triumph, fishing for entries. Sheikh Zula, we do it again on Triumph's end, but I love the fact that there's someone behind him to help him out there. When he gets the first kill, he does get traded right off the bat, so you have an opening there to kind of help him out and get the kill, and that's exactly what happens. And for MIBR, it was like, yeah, it was 2 AK buys, but it was a low buy essentially with, pistols. It was going to be that B-pop play again. And I just love the fact that Triumph is, taking a little bit more space now. Now you want to note as well, again, we talk about the whole thing of map control, we talk about timeouts and, change the pace. One of the things I'd mentioned before was Triumph was going for a lot of picks over towards A. They weren't touching B a lot. Now we saw the swap. Triumph is going for a lot of entries at B. The answer for MIBR here next round, for example, should be a fast A play. Take control. You don't have to rush the bomb site, but just take ground early. Take playground early as well. Use a flashbang just to control it. That way you kind of force to rotate the upper back as well. You still have a lot of room to work with. You have a lot of time to work with.
If he gets a plant here, that'd be massive.
He wants to go for the win.
I don't think so. I think that's a crazy idea. Molotov to protect him. He's just gambling. They're not going to push and try and stop this plant, but they are. Grim, 35 kills and 16 deaths. Imagine getting 35 kills and losing. I'd be so mad.
I mean, what a series he's had! Like absolutely bonkers, honestly. I don't think we necessarily realized. I mean, now we're paying attention to it before, but holy moly, what a series he's had. All right, it's the last round of the map. Potentially could be overtime, obviously, but round number 30 on the board. We do have an op on Fallen. Have some utility as well.
Ooh.
I love this. We talked about the change of pace. Now we do have the aggressive peak onto to A instead, not towards B. I love this from Triumph, being a little bit flexible.
Oh no, this is a setup at the B bomb site that MIBR was able to destroy. This is the one where Curry dropped the Molotov at his feet. They have 3 defenders at A. I mean, they're aggressive, yeah.
Exactly. I want to see, like, you can't just stay like this, right? It has to be like an idea here as well. Like, yeah, you're aggressive as well. Like, what's going to happen if they hit the bomb site? Are you going to be too, like, really fast on flank? Like, this is something you have to really talk about. You just make sure you're, like, completely pinned in on the strat.
This is a lot of confidence from Shay. Oh my god, he's going to get a freebie. He's going to get a free kill. Now he falls away.
That's nice.
And the smoke comes down as well, but there's going to be the peak from Fallen with the op. He must find that equalizer. Oh my god, he's right around the end. What a bold play. He's going to get rewarded. There he is. There's Sheikh Zula coming in hot. Spammed down eventually by Fur, but surely Triumph trying to force overtime does not give away a man advantage.
Well, I was going to say, I don't like this from Triumph at all. Like, for Grim here to, like, just go this by himself, like, at least, like, do 2 people at least. Like, you still get to trade. If he goes down, there's 3-on-3 as well. But I love at least the aggression play because you get so much information. The rotation should come in here to the A-bomb site for Triumph. Like, this should be, a proper battle here on the A-bomb site. Curry gets flashed.
Nice flash.
Yeah, I don't like that play. 1 aggressive and 1 passive behind the smokes. Good spam. Maybe a lucky spam, but God bless that they need it. Bomb just going down now. He's stuck in the site. He's going to have to fight to get out, and it's just Taco with the op 1 versus 3.
Oh, this is such a tense moment.
I think he can do it. The smoke is really painful, and over the top is Junior.
I'm so pleasantly surprised by Triumph, honestly. Like the flexibility we showed at the they showed at the end of the series, or the end of the half, but rather like I talked about with map control as well, like flexing over to B, and then the last round here we saw. That's why you also saw MIBR with a knife out in connector. Yeah. Because they haven't experienced Triumph going that aggressively on A for like, what, 5 rounds. So instead, completely catch them off guard, change their pace, absolutely incredible. Now we see it's overtime, 15-15, full buy on, or like 10K on buy on both of the guys. We'll see if MIBR has a counter. We always say, like, once it hits overtime, you throw out the whole game out the window, because now, like, the gloves are off, the rules are off. Yeah. Everything you've seen, like, it's out the window.
To a certain degree, but obviously, if you're Triumph, don't throw everything out. Keep the aggressive stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
No, but I know what you mean, because this is where it gets scrappy, especially.
Because you see the difference here from MIBR.
Yeah.
This is not something like 4 connector as well. Like, there's obviously a counter of, like, hey, we have some rounds to work with here. Let's gamble.
Ooh. Junior, surely he heard them come up. Oh, one pass by. I can't believe he recovered that. That's another one out of the no way. Junior comes alive in overtime.
Junior's in it. Wow. Phenomenal shooting from him, and Fallen's got the SG, busting it out in OT, but he goes down.
Fallen knows what's up. Listen, it wasn't his fault, all right? It's not the SG's fault. He had a game plan with it. Knew what he wanted to do with it.
They should have never nerfed the SG. They should have just made it so only people 30 and above can use it.
Buy it.
Yeah. And depending on the age after 30, the rate of fire changes.
Yeah.
It just gets faster and faster. So for me, it's like a machine gun.
Oh, yeah.
For Sir Scoots, it shoots automatically, man. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not
the
gonna
whole
lie.
clip is just
Yeah.
emptied. It's just gone. Disappears.
First round on the board for Triumph in overtime. Nice round by Junior. Absolutely insane. I love this from KNG. Let's change the pace for MIBR here a little bit as well. Obviously, they haven't won a few rounds near on the T side.
Yeah, remember when we were talking about how Triumph was failing to make MIBR respect him? Well, they've figured it out. Now MIBR has almost been respecting him too much towards the end of regulation. So that's a cool thing to see KNG get back into, is just straight bodying someone at that bomb site. What a recovery. That was a losing battle that he just took away from TRK. And now I even like him remaining aggressive. They know where you are, but look how much time this is going to eat off the clock.
Yeah, Sheikh Zula here. For him, he doesn't even have to do anything. Literally just staying alive. He's fast rotate on everything, like flank on A if he wants to go. He is going for it, though.
Holy how? Oh.
Yeah, this is a really insane round, actually.
Oh, no. Oh, it's going to be so easy. They know where the other player is. They know exactly where he is. It's the second time we've seen that play from Fur. What a god tier movement to win the round. It's actually, excuse me, it's not even one yet. 2 on 2.
You may have jinxed them once again here, Moses. But you're right, it's a 2 versus 2 post-plant scenario, and at this point, MIBR, they've still got all the advantages with the time ticking away. Sheikh Zula low, and he does get taken out by Taco.
Go for it,
baby. At this point, yeah, there's really no point in saving Junior. He's been heating up all game long. We just saw him with a beautiful 4-piece last round. He's got the smoke and a kit.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's awkward. He's going to drop on it. Oh, that's immediate from Taco. Good find inside the smoke. That's a tense situation for Taco. Really good job of keeping pressure on that last player. And also not getting picked off by the op. 16-16. Yeah, we didn't even. I looked up at the radar and I was like, is that a MIBR dot in the middle of CT spawn?
Is that a bug?
I was like, what's happening?
We need a refresh.
I mean, we saw it previously. He did that one other time where he literally just walked all the way up highway to that A bomb site and just had a free access.
Yeah, it was the same play as well. Triumph had the long control, but because they don't have the rotate from B there to just hold there, they just like, hey, we'll just gamble. No one's going to be there, but happened twice now. It's definitely like a fault in their strat.
And that's the kind of round that not only hurts that you lose it, but that's probably going to cause a lot of like frustrated comms out of those B defenders who are just like, how the hell did I just get shot in the back? And look, it's happening in the other direction now. MIBR is just going to book it up long A, and they're going to have control of the bomb site. And when Junior falls back, I don't know if he hears those footsteps. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I said. You had mentioned it with Triumph as well, right? But like when overtime hits, you kind of throw out the strat book out the window because, yeah, what has happened throughout the round, Triumph is doing the same thing, but MIBR, this is something that we don't see in regular half, like 4 towards long where you just run for Fur. Yeah, it happened to one round, but he kind of reads the game a little bit better here of like, there's no one really fighting here. I'm just going to go for the play. And this is exactly what happens. So great overtime from MIBR here.
TRK's aim is on point. Those are 2 very nice headshots. The third one might be offered up to him. And good response. 2 on 2 now. Low on HP, but they have the kits to work with. If he can find this kill, which he can't, could have been a possibility. It's all on Spongy. Moving in. He goes down as well. 17-16. The magic number is 19 to take the map.
Nice math, Jason.
Thank you. I'm a professional.
Yeah, and we'll see here. We talked about it before when MIBR was on their CT side, how much Triumph was struggling. They ended up getting the 5, but I would say 2 or 3 of those rounds were, we talk about luck and whatever, but one of them was a Tech 9 buy. The other one was that buy where they lose the entry and they literally just rush towards B, and like MIBR had a perfect setup, ends up losing that round anyway. So like they were definitely struggling on that side. So we'll see what they got going for us here on overtime. So I would love just some more like aggressive plays. You know, you know for a fact like your T side wasn't really working. Let's just go together, stick together, see if we have some nice crossfires. We haven't seen the 5-man boost. Yeah, let's try that too. Why not? Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, the timing. He would have at least seen the jump. I think MIBR maybe spotted it.
Oh no. Are they going to do a pop flash play through it? This is making me very uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. That crosshair on his head. Taco is going to have the cover of another smoke from his teammate. And Triumph is very fortunate that Fur's not doing those crazy aggressive plays
I
that we
was
saw
just
in regulation.
about to say the same thing.
He would know everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're going to do it.
Oh boy.
He's just not in the smoke. I was just about to say the same thing. Oh, you need to get trade, yeah.
Well, he sees everything, and there's the follow-up from TRK. He can't leave this position. He's about to get blinded. This is crazy. I can't believe he's just sat there like that, but there's just layers upon layers of that defense, like an onion.
Nice flashbangs coming out from Triumph here, but a nice response from MIBR. Fallen, setting up for success, but that spray, it gets a little wild, and Spongy finds himself in a 1-versus-1 flanking Fallen. I think he should have heard him, and there he goes. There's the response.
Oh my. It's like stuff like that, and we talk about it, like it's just very minor stuff, and obviously nothing happened with that. But after the 5-man boost, one of the things that Triumph does is they go far towards B. No one is holding flank, like whatsoever. Like Jason said, if Fur would have done one of those rounds where he would have been flanked, like no one is there to even watch it. And you can watch it from Monster as well, but just the fact like no one is really peeking that.
Well, Triumph came back from 15-12, 3 map points for MIBR to force OT. They need 2 more to force a second overtime, or else we're going to Dust 2. Smoke to put out the Molotov. Another Molotov is going to slow them down. They're a bit cordoned in. This time there is some aggression down towards the connector stairs. There was a push out towards long early on, but it's the op, and Fur's going to start backing away.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We didn't see that for MIBR in the beginning of the half, I think, on their CT side, but we saw the double molly there. Triumph wastes the first smoke, but then the second molly comes, and they actually don't do anything with it. So like they actually just wasted quite a handful of utility for basically nothing, for what seemed to be like a nice little fast mid take. But they're still getting there. Haven't lost the entry yet, so still a stable kind of initial start of the round. 1 minute left on the clock. One of the things we see as well with like the lesser teams is that once they start hitting the bomb site, they don't tend to rotate all too often, and you kind of see that, especially with Triumph, like there hasn't been any movement on B whatsoever. MIBR are stacking on that, so like the read is there itself.
There's just no presence there
exactly.
to make MIBR nervous about
nothing.
it. You can see a third player already rotating over towards the A bomb site as well.
And no time as well, so even if Triumph wants to rotate back to B, like you don't have any you don't have a member there, you don't have no information to do it, so you're forced to just straight out go here, even if you lose the entry here.
I feel like Spongy knew that was going to happen. That was a really good read from him. Oh, Fallen is going to be able to flick fast enough. They peek into it. One towards long, close up, but he can't land the no-scope. But KNG holding the ankle. He goes down next. This is phenomenal trading for Triumph. They've got themselves in a 2-versus-2, but another flank is coming up the connector stairs.
Yeah, Taco coming up for this flank, and he's going to find that side guy, but Junior, nice response from him. Both these members are so low, and TRK doesn't have the utility for this defuse, but if he's able to take out this long A player, but no, he's already booked it. He's out of there.
Yeah, and now, I mean, TRK will never expect a second player to peek. He should. Oh, no, that's a quick shot from Junior. Saving him again, much like the end of regulation. 18-17.
Those trades.
Yeah, I was going to say they win that round because the trades were great. You know, once you actually hit that bomb site, it's so important you actually get the trades, and Triumph does a great job with that. Like, none really like over-lurking or baiting or whatever. Like, it's all about hitting the bomb site. Do a really good job with that. And then we see the buy here from MIBR. Like, this could potentially be a second overtime. We have some SMGs. TRK opting for nades. I love to see that. Right, the SMG, much more important, especially when you do have players like a KNG on your team, and Fur with a good spawn here with an op.
You don't see this too often. Oh, they're going to do the boost up. Oh, great shot. Not too often, but he makes it count. Man advantage and a stack up in towards Secret. This is turn of the corner. Dangerous. Oh! They line up, and it's Grim. He continues.
He's at 40 kills now.
Surely they don't lose with a teammate at 40 kills.
That would be.
Surely. And if they lose to Fur opping, ooh.
Oh.
He's going to get one more. He's going to get himself one more, not 2.
Wait!
Oh, no. Who choked? Who was it? Let's name names.
Let's get him out there.
Oh, this is huge for Fur, actually. Just coming back to the A-bomb site, but okay, Curry does have a response for that, and TRK, man, that round could have looked really different for MIBR's side of things.
Oh no, I can't believe they're going to let this go to double OT.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. Taco creeping up 1 versus 3, but they're all going to pounce as soon as contact is made, even if he gets that kill. He gets the dink, can't clean it up, and we've got double overtime.
You know what, Triumph, they've got a great game plan, because even when we look back at that round where Fallen was double flashing for Fur near the sands area at short A, Spongy, he was anti-flashed. Shake Zula, he was anti-flashed. So surely, I mean, Triumph, they were ready for it through and through.
Yeah.
The layers, you're starting to see them finding some success and finding some more confidence in their game plan.
Well, that as well, and you can. We had mentioned it, the same thing this round as well. Not only did they stand anti-flash, but once they hit the bomb site, once they properly hit the bomb site, they're all going in there and they're all trading. They're all doing such a good job. So, like, that actually hasn't been the concern for Triumph, I'd say. Like, they've been doing a good job once they actually hit the bomb site. The problem that has been is just like getting there, but like they've definitely fixed that in this overtime. We'll see if they can do it again now. Second overtime. They obviously start on the T side this time around, and we see again, I had mentioned it with, you know, lesser teams and stuff, they do try to focus on this map because it is so far, like MIBR are opting for an A play here. All 5 members from Triumph are all in that B area. You're not going to see rotates. It's going to be a straight up B eventually here. Now it's all a matter of, like, for MIBR, so much information here.
Yeah,
you should see rotates as well. 3 towards B. You have 1 close on rotating connector, and you have 1 guy all the way in T spawn. Like, this should be a round, and honestly, like, nothing has happened yet.
Oh, no.
MIBR
Taco
should never lose this round, honestly.
That's
now they lost the
mistake.
entry here, exactly, but they have all the information. They know exactly where they are.
Or was it a mistake? Because now Taco's death is making KNG go a little faster.
Yeah, but he's watching the flank.
Be patient, KNG. Be patient.
Yeah, he really needs. He's not going to be.
Oh!
No!
That timing is unbelievable, and Fallen even following it up by picking out Curry, and the pressure is all on Triumph's shoulders here.
Yeah, but they're going to book it back
yeah.
to they found the escape route. This isn't a great call at a crazy situation. There's no one at the A bomb site. 1 player just now rotating back. It's Fallen, and we've seen this before, so he's about to blow somebody's mind. Here we are up the stairs, and he's flicked over. He's done it again. Over towards Optimus. Smoke at his face. A boost up, perhaps? Maybe they come on through. Flashbang from down below. They get the planter. What a great recovery. Junior isn't going to be able to do it again.
Wow, and you even saw Fallen take a look at his teammate there, go out with his pistol, make sure that his teammate knows, hey, trade me up, I'm going in first. But he headshots him anyways with the P2K. So that's MIBR. Their communication is working well. Sure, we saw Taco make a mistake by over-peeking and getting picked off, but that really just started enabling all of his other teammates. KNG with the flank, timing on his side.
As soon as Fallen gets that first kill, the call is made of like, hey, we're retaking fast, which is why you see that 1 flashbang, Fallen runs with the pistol up because 2 and 3. And on top of that, one of the things that people don't talk about all too much is like the whole thing of like when you're planning the bomb, you're not doing anything. So it's actually a 1 on 3 in that sense. So as soon as he taps the bomb, you should really be going. Because like even that time it takes for him to cancel the bomb, get up the weapon, it's 1 or 2 seconds that you're wasting, and you still only have the 1 member playing. Not a lot of teams really think about that when you think about like the retake potential of like doing it pretty fast. So really nice round from MIBR.
I wonder if Grim and Taco actually saw each other. I think Grim certainly saw the door open. And Taco certainly hears these footsteps. Pop flashes through 2 of them, and he's a freebie. Another 5-on-4 advantage for Triumph to start this round. This time, I mean, it seems like very similar, right? They have the massive amount of bodies over towards the B bomb site, but this time they were at least started the round by looking for those pushes early. So no early. Oh, TRK. This position scares the hell out of me. He got so blinded last time he was in this spot with the AUG. Yeah.
Yep. Ooh. It's a nice equalizer for KNG, and all right. This time around, TRK repositions. Definitely doesn't want the same round 2.0.
Oh no, he gets picked off.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of pressure being applied to the bomb site. KNG trying to go for some spam shots. Ops is going to come. This is a risky play over towards Toxic. I don't know if that Opper saw him. Here come the flashbangs. He did indeed. Molotov's out. KNG into fire. He's going to get, or no, it's Fallen, excuse me. And now he's got to hold on. 18 seconds on the clock, and Fallen goes for the jump. That gives the Op the angle, but he baits it out masterfully, and Fallen is taking over this game. 10 seconds on the clock. And Fallen waiting for the follow-up peak. Bomb being tapped and planted, and he's got him pinned down, and now it's all a matter of nerves, and it's Grim on the other side. The drop comes in, there's the jump up, and back-to-back clutches for Fallen.
Man. That's super nutty. That first kill was absolutely bonkers.
He just styled on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I mean, that's 2 really good rounds for Triumph as well, but obviously not winning the clutch situation. So 2 rounds on the board here for MIBR on the second overtime here. Yeah, and you kind of hear the jump here. You kind of want to try and catch him off guard, but Fallen is just so much experience. Holds the angle.
Yeah, against the op as well. I mean, that's a tough call for Grim. It's such a great game. He's had 41 kills still. Dude's a monster. Might all slip away and be for nothing. 2-round lead and double overtime for MIBR, looking for 22 to close out this map.
We'll see here what the approach is here from Triumph. Talk about it. Just connect your little push, have the mid control, and I'll mention it again, no one towards B this round. Not even a lurk, not even a smoke, nothing. So if you're MIBR here, you want to talk about like mid-round pushes and aggression and stuff like that. A team like Triumph is definitely a team you want to do it against, since they are so stacked. There's so much information to be made here on the seed side, if you're just willing to take a gamble. But MIBR do have the 3 members here on the A-bomb site this time around, so it's a good read so far.
Oh, you're going at Fallen. How good he's been. Utility usage turns from the flash. Deep angle as he crosses over. He's got the first. They thought he was in bathroom still. He slips out of position. A flank is going to wrap around as well through Picnic. If Fallen takes any more scalps here, Fur just gets more and more powered. There's the first kill. Triumph is trapped, and the double ops in front, Fur in the back. This is going to be a 21st round for MIBR, and they've got 3 chances to close things.
That smoke is definitely going to give Junior an opening here, perhaps, but he does get spammed out by TRK there.
Yeah, I think this is a really good half by MIBR there. You saw that last round as well. Fur really aggressive along again, just super quick on the rotate.
And who's going to match up against Fallen? I know Grim has like 41 kills. I know he's having an incredible game, but like Fallen's hit that form where it's like he's so impactful in the rounds with his op, and then he's obviously closing these rounds like a beast.
Another 3-0 in the second OT.
Ooh.
Oh, no. That miss might cost everything, but Grim's got Junior's back, and he's only good for 1, but Junior, he does trade it out. Oh, he wants more. Holy.
Oh, this is great opping. Okay, answering the question a little bit of who's going to match Fallen. That's some fine work from Junior. They're not out of this just yet. And remember, this A-bomb site has been a weakness. They have failed to close the gaps here, but Fallen steps right into the op shot. Taco is going to wrap from behind, but look at the time, because he's got to get the bomb as well. And now that his position is known, Sheikh Zula should just be able to chill and hold this angle. Creeping into a wider angle, baits out the shot. This is all but done. Okay, nice moves from Taco. If that shot missed, he might have been able to add 1 more, and then we've got some craziness afoot. 21-19.
This is what Triumph needs to do every single round. Like, I think it's very apparent that just playing defensive on both the sides really haven't been working. You have to keep going for peaks. You have to keep going. Like, Junior's playing through the roof, like you had mentioned. Like, who can stop Fallen? Like, Junior's playing fantastic with the op as well, so like just keep going for peaks, like keep trying to help him out, go for the 5v4s and stuff like that, put MIBR in a bad spot, force them to do like these plays. For example, I was just going to mention like maybe a B-pop play again from MIBR here is a 1 round that's like a little bit unorthodox, that has worked before, trying to catch them a little bit off guard, especially knowing that Triumph are going for these aggressive pushes and entries. Same thing, good job.
Grim has he's stamped his name into this connector and said, this is my part of the map. He's been doing it all half long.
Triple overtime?
No. Holy moly.
Yeah.
And another one.
I know, I can't believe they weren't watching for that. It hasn't been cleared at all.
Huh.
And he's still just sitting in and being a beast. Now he's going to push up, and a chance. They might have heard those footsteps. It's Fallen to turn the corner with the off, and oh, Grimm's going to get out of there. He covers himself nicely on the retreat. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Yeah,
it looked like he wanted to go back for that fight.
I think he did. I actually think he did. But
He's
I think
a
he might have heard
madman.
him.
That's actually a pretty nice bait that we just saw right there. Taco's going to have no idea, and they'll never suspect someone to be in these short waters. Curry hears everything.
Curry's been struggling all half long. This is his moment to kind of stat pad a little bit. And nice, easy two kills for him. That's good. That's a nice confidence booster for Curry. Getting involved into the match a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
here.
it's double overtime, so it's, it was only
it's
a matter of time.
Yeah, it's about time.
Maybe he should start his warm-up like 40 minutes earlier in the day. Okay, one more round. We'll see if MIBR, one last chance to close it out. This is what? They had 2 rounds to close it out in the second overtime.
They had 3.
Or 2.
It was a 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
So 3 here, 2 in the first overtime, and 3 at the end of regulation. So they've had 8 opportunities to close this map.
Yep. You say the warm-up thing, but Triumph played another best of 3 before this.
Okay, well then I got nothing.
So basically, maybe he played too much warm-up and now he's getting burnt out.
Oh, Jesus. Never even thought of it.
And we have 2 more maps to play.
I do hate to see that.
And he's not even old. Unlike the rest of us. Another time I was called there. I think that maybe would have been on MIBR.
Sure,
I think Triumph has
MIBR,
been, I think Triumph has been using a lot of them. So I'm not even sure that they might even have any left.
Let's get a B rush.
No, that's what I thought was going to happen for MIBR Send before, because it's the one round that has really worked. That's a little bit unorthodox in terms of pop. But now I think that they've realized, hey, Grim has been down in connector 2 times in a row. Like
3.
we at least 3 times in a row. We at least have to show presence, a smoke or something, and they smoke him off for the B pop like we were talking about. We'll see if this is gonna work out. Nice little flash. Curry wakes up. Is he playing NBA basketball, Golden State, or is he playing CS? I don't know. We'll see. That's a Kobe. Definitely playing CS, because that was a shit nade. Nice. Nice kill there for Sheikh Zula as well. 5-on-2. We're going to have a 3rd overtime on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my Lord. You hate to see this if you're MIBR. They didn't even get a chance. I don't even know. Curry didn't even. He just turned that corner with trigger held down. God bless. 21-20.
It's so funny to see for me too, because like I do feel like throughout this series, even in overtime, MIBR has played better, but Triumph has done they're doing a really good job with the trades. Now they're like in this situation, especially on the CT side, they're doing a really good job with getting opening kills.
Yeah.
And they're doing a really good job with
that's
even their
what
rotations.
saved them in regulation was they started pushing forward. And obviously controlling connector has got to be something that's got MIBR frustrated. And again, as you said, it's been Grim, and he's been playing so good since the start of this map. I have to imagine MIBR is just holding Tappy and listen, if it's going to be Grim and connector, let's just not deal with him.
Exactly.
He's just having too good of a game at the moment.
All right.
Well, 25 now.
It's good that you know the math now. I lost myself at the 16, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've casted my fair share of triple overtime games.
No, but it's good that you mentioned it in the beginning once it starts, because, once it gets 23, 22, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Listen, I've experienced in this round. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes.
Again, we see Grim. Okay, sure. You can say the same thing of like what you have mentioned. Okay, well, I'm just gonna stay here until they actually figure out a way to deal with me.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of with Grim being the straight carry of going down connector 4 rounds in a row. Sooner or later they're gonna catch on.
Yeah.
And now you're in a situation where you have your best player by far on the server going down early, 4-on-5, and then 3-on-5.
Oh, no,
it's a great little push from Curry here. It should still be traded.
Yeah, he's alone as well as the real issue. If he had someone at the B bomb site to peek in a monster, maybe.
Yeah.
But now Spongy getting in position. It's all on him. I think actually his teammate is up in the balcony at the moment as well. Yeah, that's Junior. He's flashbanged off. And, he just pulls a nade out. That's so dangerous. He's fortunate to be alive, setting his teammate up, but Spongy didn't feel like he could take the angle. And this AWP better provide cover. Jiggle peeking for the shot. That's not coming out, so the bomb just goes down for free. And now what do you do? 2-on-4. No need for MIBR to peek this angle, so Junior's going to have to get aggressive. And remember, or actually, he could just save the op.
I would opt
With
to
the
save. I think
economy,
it's 10K,
10K
yeah.
economy, yeah, save it. Certainly save it now.
Yeah, you don't need to kill anyone. Come on, man. Nope.
Yes,
nope.
you do. Yes, you do. Go back.
I know you're feeling it, Junior. You've had some nice shots. You're gonna have some nice shots
Oh my
next
God!
round.
Look how sketched out he is. Ooh, that's a great pickoff. Oh, not the follow-up though. Nice try. 22 to 21.
Yeah, and this is where I would love to see. Now, obviously, it happens. So, like, now we're at a point of like, okay, I've gone underground, and now they're very much aware that I'm there. Swap the pace a little bit. Let's try and go somewhere else for an entry. It doesn't have to necessarily be Grim. You have an op on your hand as well. Like, you have A long to play with. You can do like a little mid setup as well with 3, for example. Like, there's so many more opportunities on this map. Like, go for an entry. You don't just have to use the connector side.
You have a double op setup on the CT side. That's all the money. As if the 10K MR3 overtime was not brutal to CT side economy. Triumph just throwing all the cash at the second round. Sheikh Zula blinded, he's stuck, and he's dead.
Yeah, so again, same thing here, right? They're going for what has worked before, and it's just like, oh, what 2 things have worked? We get an entry in underground, or we get an entry at B short. Same exact spot there for Sheikh Zula as well. So MIBR, what have they done both rounds? They put connector people, they've smoked off, and they've used the flashbang on short just as a prevention measure. And it's just like, hey, we're using 1 nade, extra nade, just to make sure we don't get the entry. Both of these rounds now for MIBR has paid dividends for that.
I imagine MIBR just walks all the way up to... Remember, Fur's been able to exploit this twice already in this game, and I think they're just going to walk in and eventually get a free plant.
The only scary thing is the bomb here. Taco by himself here. Not sure if it's...
Oh no, it's happened again. Usually it's an operate long that kind of lets this gap exist. This time it's Grim. That's really unfortunate. They already have position pushed forward, and at this point now, if you're Triumph, I think you save. As crazy as it sounds, like you'd have nothing to play with in the next round.
No, you have to, absolutely. I mean, if you get a quick entry here, now you save. It's one thing if like, okay, let's try and get a kill. If he gets it, okay, it's a 4-on-4, maybe we get it. But now, and especially like you had mentioned as well, we have 2 ops. Now they just have the 1 left, but they have no nades left to work with as well. And is it Taco that has?
Here's the thing:
smoke slash molly.
It's not over. This is going to be a full send from MIBR on the hunt. I would send all 5 players. I would just be like, screw it, let's go. You know where Junior is now. You know. You have some information. You can make an educated guess. They've still got 1 flashbang, 2 flashbangs. And now going to turn the corner looking for him. They can't find anything yet. Oh, this is a good hold from Triumph.
He does get the 1 though. At least that's important. But it's a round win, and as you said, 23 to 21 here. Very dominant T-side so far. And we'll see. Triumph, I still wish that they would still keep going for the entry stuff, but I would want them to like maybe talk about it a little bit. Like I had mentioned, the connector and the B short plays are a little bit played out now. You've done it quite a handful of times.
B rush. Like this is where you can do one of those contact plays.
Yeah.
You know the third round of overtime, even with saved weapons, the economy, the utility isn't all going to be there for Triumph. Good nade damage, actually. TRK going to lead the way. Spongy's blinded and forced off the angle. He's got an M4 and an SMG in support. Good flashes. Triumph doing really well with what little they have. But this attack is going to be very aggressive from here on out. Spongy in the bomb site. He gets 1 kill, and there's the backup. Grim pushing through connector. 2 on 3. Smoke coming down towards sandbags, and they have a chance to get this bomb planted.
Ooh, nice kill there again. I was going to say no nades left on the MIBR side, so now it's a 1-on-2. Junior gets it. It's a nice little hold there. We talked about the crossfires and stuff like that with the little nades that they had. It was a nice little expo flash there. Definitely needed round. That was a 2-to-1 in favor of MIBR in that overtime. So we do see another swap.
Surely, Robin. Surely they close it out here. What's Grim up to? What's he at? 40...
48?
48.
Is it 45?
I don't know, I can't say. Yeah, it's actually 45.
But we also have Junior on 37.
Okay, so
he
he's caught up. He's caught up in a big way.
Pace on overtime. He's been absolutely unreal. Again, we see it's actually a curve that goes down there, but we do see a trade, definitely in favor of Triumph.
Yeah, a nice little 1-for-1 going on. Another push to the smoke. Oh my God, they're gonna do it.
This time with 2.
Yeah, this time with 2. No flashbangs. And it clears, and there's the 1. Oh, dear God, they all rotated back. And this defense, look how far away it is from that play.
So here's the thing for, like, I understand, like, it's overtime and stuff like that, but in most cases as well, like, try to play one round defensive, you know? And I'm not saying, I'm just saying that obviously it's very easy to, like, think, you know, after the round is over, but I'm saying, like, it's a lot of aggressive play, even for Triumphs and on the CT side. Like, a lot of people are playing very aggressive at the moment, whereas, like, you saw even on the Triumphs, the CT side on the last round where they had low buy, but just because they're playing a little bit more crossfire, it's not really going for the entries. I'd say it's at least a little nice change of pace, because I think both teams right now are expecting a lot of aggression from the seat side, and they're holding and they're making sure that, hey, let's just make sure they're not getting the entries that they're just so, like, seeking for.
Oh man, this is dicey. MIBR got lured into going for that because of the final kill from KNG, so they're the ones who are going to be in a rough spot with their money if they can't win this round. This is so sketchy.
Yeah.
I can't believe how Triumph has been able to hold on in this game. This is so impressive.
We'll see here what the answer is. 3 towards B in the beginning for MIBR. Like I said, I would love to see maybe a little bit less aggression here from MIBR. You can put Fallen somewhere if you want with the op, but for the B guys here, you don't have to play aggressive. Have one guy with an expo flash ready if they do an execute, and just try and work the comms and the team play a little bit. And we kind of see that this time around, actually. So that's quite nice to see. Still like the fact that they're going together here, making sure that, hey, if I do go down, like, I need someone to trade for me.
Well,
timing-wise, though, holy moly.
Yeah, and in terms of leaving the bomb site wide open, it's not ideal. Oh, that could have been a double. They were lined up. A good kill onto the op. Bomb site is lost. It's going to be a retake scenario, and that's the bomb drop, so actually things are delayed, so that's not the worst situation in the world for MIBR, but I still feel like this aggressive play is tough to manage. 3 on 2 on 1. And Triumph is going to have, unless Fallen's got magic in them, they're going to have their first chance to win this map. Trying to spam down the bomb, it's not going to work. He gets the follow-up kill. He's got to assume one is beneath him, and now he spots it out. Surely not. This has got to be impossible.
I don't think so.
This has got to be a near impossible clutch with this position. Fallen hoping for a mistake, not getting it. There's the peek, and it's a quick shot from Grim.
And you saw some indecisiveness coming out of TRK. He wanted to initially smoke that short tunnel out, but then he decided he wanted to fight for that bomb. Taco came to help him, but nice double kill from Triumph to really secure that round. Make it almost impossible for Fallen.
This is a really tough spot if you're MIBR here. Look at the buy. Again, they're opting for utility, which is nice. But this should really be a round for Triumph here where you say, okay, well, let's see what they have. If they have long, like, if they have the SMGs and whatever, like, we have such a clear advantage here in this round.
Oh man, this is crazy. If MIBR can hold on to this round, that'd be nuts. SMGs abound. Here we are, contact play. There's the swing, there's the trades, but it goes in favor of Triumph. And they have a man advantage to close out the map, but Fur is just now being put into play, coming up on sandbags as the bomb is planted. Planter gets out of danger for the moment, and that's a good life-saving kill onto Fallen, who's down very, very low. Fur's in the site. They've traded positions. No kit on either one of these players on MIBR, but Fur's got another kill. Now flashbang out towards Long. Junior's got a turn. Deagle's out. They've got both kills, and we've got another overtime ahead of us.
Doesn't want to end. It doesn't want to end. Great retake by MIBR.
Nice
feel like for Triumph
recovery.
there as well. Yeah, I mean, in terms of overall approach, we talked about it. MIBR actually tried to do the same thing the previous round on their buy, because they also knew that Triumph on their seat side was really low on money. Triumph actually does this a lot better. They actually have a guy connector, he molotovs it, and you know for a fact the information play is there because the smoke comes, and then you know that there's no rotations coming in. So for Triumph, they're hitting the bombs, that is a great job, but then the retake for Fallen has been, what a series it's been so far.
Not even a series yet. This is map 1.
Yeah, it's map 1.
This is just a map.
Feels like a series.
It does feel like a series. I mean, this is actually, I guess technically at this point, it's like 2 maps. Or a map and a half.
Definitely in that map and a half range. That's for sure.
And like this is like going back for a regular default if you're Triumph here. You have one guy in mid, taking over mid late, and you have one connector. And then as I had mentioned, the whole thing of like the 3 guys with the squad. Looking for a little bit of a monster push here. TRK again with the same position, gets again and again. I think Triumph was actually waiting for it a little bit because they had the Expo Flash ready, but it was a little bit too late. TRK still gets the kill there, gets traded, but MIBR is doing a much better job with the trading game so far. 3-on-3 now, Triumph hitting the bomb site, holy moly. 3-on-2.
Oh, of course, Fallen does take out Curry there, but Grim, he might be able to get the bomb down here, and he should. Unless they want to take care of Fallen before all of this goes down, but it's in fact Fur that they take care of. And Fallen to follow suit as well. And Triumph, once again, I mean, you just mentioned it, Robin. They look like they clearly knew that TRK was going to be in that position. We saw him in that position, I believe, 3 or 4 times now in this map alone. And sure, we're in this 4th overtime, but TRK, he's been in that one and done spot with the AUG, with the A4. He's been flashed out, and, you know, he's been getting kills with it, but you want a little bit more from your monster player. No,
exactly, and as you pointed out, and granted, yeah, sure, we're obviously very deep in now. We're at round 50 of this map, but it's very apparent when you see the pushes that occur and like the positions that these players are taking. Like TRK, the same spot, the Shake Sula push on B short every single round on CT Overpass. Like it's just very clear, like the strat book is now like it's gone, right? Like now this is like, hey, we need an entry. What do you know how to do? I know how to stand on this spot, basically, and that's like the comfort zone. But that's why it's risky for MIBR here as well, as, you know, Triumph are getting the reads up. You know, you saw the Expo Flash there. Now we get a really nice little slow-paced round up to mid instead, with a round as well that MIBR is struggling a little bit with the money. You know, you see utility as well, not that great. Great start so far for Triumph.
Absolutely, and Fallen, he's got that long A control, and what a beautiful shot off to Curry. Curry just, that is a common angle that Fallen was at, but he just was not prepared for it. So nice pick off from Fallen. Once again, a man advantage for MIBR. You can see Triumph, they're scrambling. They're trying to regroup for outside monster here. And once again, TRK, it's all going to come down to his positioning and his hold. And what kind of help MIBR is going to give him, because this monster hold has been getting dicey, but a nice spam from TRK to start things off. And it's all going to be on TRK and Taco's shoulders to hold the fort down for this monster push here.
Yeah, that's a nice hold. Definitely a nice hold. Nice entry from Fallen there as well. I think that was that how many kills did he end up getting there actually?
I think just the one.
Was it just the one?
No, the 2. He got the one towards long A, then he rotated back towards B and got another one.
What's up, DJ? What do you think about this series so far?
Dude, it's nuts.
It's nuts?
Grim's owning.
Grim is owning.
Grim
Right.
is
Junior
owning.
is owning as well. Look, he's catching up.
Yeah.
Grim has 52, Junior's 41.
They're all owning. That's my analyst.
Who do you think is going to get it then? 25-25?
Triumph.
Okay.
Oh, the whole series or just the map?
Just the map, just the map.
Okay.
29 is the magic number.
Oh, Lord. Is it?
I think so.
28, maybe?
No, it's 25-25. It's first round of the 4th overtime, right? No?
No.
Oh,
It's
well,
24-24, right? And then it was 4.
all right.
Because you said 25 was
listen,
the winner last round.
It says OT4 3 out of 6 up there.
Listen, guys, I did a bathroom break. I'm not going to lie to you. So, take it away, Robin. Back with you in the studio.
Yeah, no, it's a 4-on-4 here. Again, Triumph going for that A-bomb side instead. And I feel like the success has definitely been towards that B-bomb side. KNG with another kill here. Nicely done by him. We have double ops here holding that A-bomb side down. Anchor positions, and not a lot of nade stuff on Triumph, but they do have enough for an execute. Molly, 1 smoke and 3 flashbangs by the looks of it. It's definitely still doable, and one of the things I keep on going back to, but Triumph is really not good with the rotations. Once they start hitting the A-bomb site, they tend to stick with it. So that's still what you're seeing here. They get the entry on the KNG, but Fallen's still on this bomb site. It's 3-on-2. Just 1 flashbang left on Spongy here.
Who needs rotations when you just rip people's heads off? Flashbang in. Tap the bomb, perhaps.
Nice
That's a
boost.
Yeah, that's a little improvised boost. I don't even know what meant it. He started planting. That was all Spongy. He's just like, I'll take the opportunity to hop up. Almost got a kill for it. Off angle around the edge of the smoke. Oh, he's going to burn.
No.
And MIBR didn't even expect that to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll take it.
Shake Sula 1G. 26-25.
It wasn't a 1G.
Yeah,
Well-
tell him, TJ.
Listen, man.
I'm the 1G police, and that was not the 1G.
This is where we need
Whenever
the
you die by
SpongeBob
a
meme.
molly-
Was it a 1G?
you have to remember the boomer mentality, right?
Yeah.
I get 10 years for doing old memes.
Is that an old meme? That was 2016.
Yeah, it's old.
Frank Austin, right? Yeah.
That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, listen, it's like it's forgotten about now.
Yeah.
What constitutes old these days?
You?
Last year.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Christine's
wasn't gonna go
Christine's
that
getting
way, yeah,
comfortable
yeah.
on the desk.
I am
She's-
getting comfortable.
Oh, she is. It's only taken a year and a half.
Damn, shots fired.
I've been like,
Okay.
Christine, let some of that lovely personality shine through on the desk. And then here she is calling me old.
Roasting you.
I know.
That's what I'm here for.
Great. I'm getting paid for it, too.
Welcome to the club.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a fantastic.
Can make
thing.
careers out of all sorts of things these days.
Cheating on Jason is one of them.
Perhaps,
What a
perhaps
thing
the
to put on
best.
your
I
resume.
know.
It's fantastic.
Is this going to be some delayed push, delayed take? There's the Molotov for the corner. Pop flash in. And no, not so much.
I've seen Grim going and doing that Molotov a couple of times now. I think
Oh.
it's just pressure to not allow that boost.
Surely,
Don't allow them to
surely this is a kill.
whiff.
Even you could hit that shot.
Shake doesn't whiff.
Damn. He hits a double there through the wall as well,
Yeah.
Junior.
Some good splash damage.
Oh, we almost got that. Not quite there. Fallen with the op now towards long, low HP, but if anyone wanders into that crosshair, surely they're dead. Junior just holding it, and he's not going to peek long.
We're in a position again where the low player with the op has the bomb as well. So that might, that might play a role here later on in the round.
I mean, you have to imagine he's going to get aggressive. I think the hardest part for MIBR is they've seen one player in that water that Taco just spotted. So he knows that they know MIBR can't be going to B. Good kill for Grim. Fallen's going to have to get this pick 20 seconds. The move has to be right now. KNG burns one alive. They must find Grim, but he's just been so good. He's going to get another one. Yes, he will.
Ooh.
Grim's looking good. He's
56.
heated up. Yeah, 56 kills.
Jesus.
He's peeking all the right angles with all the right timings. So he's looking good, man.
Playing like he really wants that gold jacket.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Here we go. Tied score line again. What's the magic number we said? 28?
28.
Okay. Tactical pause is going to come to a conclusion. AWP in the hands of Junior and Sheikh Zula.
Yeah, we'll see where they actually decide to go. One of the things I pointed out, Sheikh Zula has been very one-dimensional in where he's been going for peaks. It's always been like the short B controller every single time, like the same thing of like, yeah, ask me for a flash and I'll just walk over. I would love to see like some change in that. If you are going for an aggressive peak, just don't do the same thing. You kind of expect now as well for MIBR, it's 26-26 to maybe have like somewhat of a low buy, at least not full set of utility. You see they're missing one set of nade each. But with the double op setups, one of the things you definitely don't want to do is obviously just play passive. Nice little boost here from Triumph coming in. And a nice setup as well to kind of, if they get the kill, for MIBR to just kind of explode on there. So you have a setup for it for a trade.
Oh.
Wow.
But there's 4 members here though, so still could be a really nice round here from Triumph, and it is. MIBR is going into the little bit of a trap here. They just had the one solo opera on A. 4 to speed that round for Triumph. So nice setup.
Yeah, well, especially with Big Daddy Grim here. How you clearing him out without losing players? Well, just like that, around the edge of the smoke. There's Fur as well to chime in. All right, MIBR, big advantage. 3 on 2, and Curry's at low HP. He's making his play. Oh, and he's giving it up. He
no.
almost had the opportunity. And if there's not enough money, Junior should think of saving this.
He's out of there. Taking your
That
sound
was a great
advice.
round by MIBR, considering
Yeah.
like that was a 4-guy hold.
And you know, it looked a little bit familiar. It looked like they were setting up for potentially that pop flash play as well, but they went through the protocols of clearing out that sandbag first, that double peek. It was beautiful. And it looks like Fur, he wanted a little bit more. He wanted to punish and take out Junior. Kind of ruin Triumph's money there, but he's okay with this, and MIBR, they're okay with this as well. A solid looking round on the T side of things here. In the 4th OT.
Here we go. Is that 28?
28.
Is that the magic number?
I
Oh
believe
lord.
so.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here we go again. So the double op setup. We'll see what we have in store for us this time around. One guy in MIBR over holding mid. We have a fast, at least short control. Actually, it's a B rush, actually. Just monster straight out.
Let's get it done, boys. Let's close this out. Opening kill for TRK. In the water is Grim, and he's standing tall.
Oh.
Another one. And MIBR falling apart. It looked good initially. Post-plant, though, the bomb does get planted, and it's all on Taco. 1 versus 3. And he's picked off. We're going to a 5th overtime.
Man, what a hold every single time. It's like so unorthodox rounds as well, like a monster push there. They get the entry even, right? And it's just like, holy moly. But then I actually think, if anything, it's Triumph's A bomb side has been struggling a little bit. I actually think their B holds are really nice. Even when they do aggressive or defensive, like the crossfires are on point, their flashes are on point, they're playing the smokes perfectly. Like obviously Grim is having a fantastic game so far. But if I'm at MIBR, I'm going to start avoiding this B bomb side eventually here.
What are those origami flowers we got going on? 27-27. Well, I don't know. This late in the game, you can't really avoid the B bomb site, can you? It's just
Well, listen,
you got to go whatever's
you
available
could go
to
A,
you.
Jason. But yeah, no, I mean, this is definitely like when
Oh
it
my
gets this
dear.
much to overtime, you see like moves like these, right? Like Junior just like straight pushing.
Damn.
Junior can't believe his eyes that there's a flashbang.
How would he
Yeah, that.
He cannot believe it.
It's
His
upsetting.
jaw just hit the floor.
Maybe they heard a scope
Ooh.
pushing up.
No, I think it's just a different way to play the position, and they just got very lucky.
Oh boy.
Speaking of getting very lucky.
So here, this round, we actually see
Oh.
both the oppers trying to go for peaks. Here, obviously, when Junior goes down, Shikzula is just like, oh, I have to go for even more of an aggressive peak. But they're by themselves. They're so lonely on both of these sides of the map, where it's like, yeah, I understand you can leave the opera and stuff like that, but that's mostly for like map control of like information play, like playing a little bit defensive. You can like play towards B. Sure, you have the mana, you disadvantage that it's 4-on-5. You kind of want to make a play there, but.
Oh, that's
sure.
a
I'd rather gamble there instead. But this is the B hit again, but this is an MIBR B hit with, 5-on-2 off the bat, so
Hunt
gets the 1 kill.
him down. Like
It
a
is
dog.
grim though,
I don't care.
Are we going to give him 70 kills this half?
Dude,
Holy
it's not
moly.
even about that. It's about you
Yeah,
win this
kinda.
first round clean, and then you put him in that weird economic situation. And if you go 3-0 on the T side, like that should be red carpet to take in the map. Ooh, that's a smart play though from Grim, all the way around to get the AWP. Still some time for the hunt to come to fruition, but MIBR haven't gotten too deep. First glimpse come. Oh no! Oh dear, that's real uncomfortable. Now he's flushed into the hands. He even has the glimpse out towards long, and it's Fur who walks right into it. Utility being used, and MIBR, they're not really being too aggressive. Another missed shot.
I think you can tell that Grim is not an opper.
Do you guys?
Listen, he's got like 60-some kills. The man gets
With
to
the
do
rifle,
whatever he
absolutely,
wants.
absolutely. But I'm saying is,
Yeah,
you
he's-
could have, when he gets the first kill, he looks at the rifle again, and he's like, nah.
He thought about it.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
definitely
nah.
thought about it.
I don't think he wanted to get into a situation where he was forced to save the M4 without the op. If he was ever like pushed away from it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a great round by MIBR, even chasing there as well. So important for CT economy there.
I have a fun
Going
game for you
down.
guys.
Okay.
Can you guess how long this game's been going on so far, this map?
An
I
hour
would
45.
Say, I was gonna say.
Okay.
I was gonna say like 2 hours.
Hour and 55 minutes. It'll be
Okay.
it'll be 2
Wow.
hours and about 3 minutes.
Well, we round that up, so I'll take the victory there.
Almost 2 hours.
Fallen is. Oh, when's this push coming in? Junior Just a little bit further and he'll have a kill, but Fallen's going to have him blocked. Oh, nice attempt. That was desperation. They stare down and fling your mouse in the circles. And now they have a passageway out towards long, and the two defenders at the B bomb site, they have decided not even to fight for this round. Not rotated. They're just hoping and praying that MIBR rotate back to them, and it's not going to happen. So 29-27, and we're looking for 31.
Nice, Beth.
I was just going to ask.
I got you. I actually don't think I've ever gotten up to 31.
Really?
Anders and I did the
Really?
marathon match, the major. Maybe that one got up to 31. That one, I think that was like 4 or 5. But this is what, 5th overtime?
Yes.
The
Okay.
record is 6 OTs, right?
No, I
the
didn't know.
record
Like-
is something crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
really?
insane.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
48 or something. It's like absurd.
What?
We're
Well-
going to be here for a while if we get there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't remember what the record is. I do remember talking to the guys one time when they were doing like the Asian minor or the CIS minor for PGL, like way back when, and they had a match that lasted like 3+ hours.
But it gets
And I
that
thought it
as
was
well.
funny at the time, and I guess it's like karma 4 years later.
Especially like that when they do like MR5 overtimes with 16K. I'm
Oh,
like, why
yeah.
would you do that? You know what I mean? Like literally, you have 2 buy rounds and you save one, and you still have 2 buy rounds. Like it's like even 2 OTs. It's a game. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. And it's stuff like this where trying to keep a time on CS is near impossible. In CGS, we had MR1 overtime, not even 2 sides, literally
Yeah.
just the 1 side.
That was horrific.
It's great
that
if you
was-
start a T side on nuke.
That
Then
was
it's
an
just like
abomination.
what a shit show. Holy man! Imagine losing a
13
game like
years
that
of
too.
PTSD you guys were hearing in Robin's voice.
Another. How many timeouts do we have? Like, how many do you have left?
Yeah, do these recharge?
Surely not.
I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah,
No,
they
it's just-
can't.
No, I do think it's MIBR that still has them though, because
Yeah, they didn't. I think they only used 1 in regulation. 29-27. One final round in this opening half of overtime number 5.
And let's see. Again, we're in the same situation that we were, I think, 2 overtimes ago when MIBR made the play of going a B pop, knowing that Triumph had low money. We're not going to see the same thing again this time around. We did see the overtime, so did have to talk a little bit more about it this time.
Fifi, I've been asked to remind you of a CGS situation.
Yeah.
Of
When Sponge beat me.
yeah, actually,
I figured.
It was on,
It's the only
on
thing I can
Tuscan.
come back to because he never beats me anyway. It's like, yeah, let's go back to like
yeah, but
13 years.
The real thing is, I just said I had to remind you of something, and you went straight to that.
Well, I knew it was that because it wouldn't be Henry, for example, because I beat his ass in CGS. So like, there's
Alright.
only one guy left.
That's a weird flex. When
It's okay. We've had this conversation a bunch of times with the talent. Sponge. listen, Chad. I'll give you that. All right, you guys played great. You had a good team back
was
then.
it in overtime?
No,
Was it just a clean stomping?
I think that was the game. It was 9-9, and it was Tuscan, and we were C side, the MR1 overtime, and they were T side
Okay,
pistol.
you guys played 9 rounds as well.
Yeah. And they
Jesus.
rushed B short and they killed us. I think it was that round. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. But they won the overtime with the pistol there. Plant B.
Well, that's a fun little trip down nostalgia lane.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a double kill if I've ever seen one. 29-27, and Triumph about to get a 28. Little bit of life left in the old boys.
I can feel it. Overtime number 6.
It's happening.
Because next round you kind of know already what's gonna happen. Next round, B rush.
Don't do this to me, Robin. Don't,
Just go for it, all right?
don't be like this.
Let's catch them off guard and B rush. Eventually, it's going to work.
Essentially, it's going to work. Famous last words
Yeah,
from Triumph
I
here.
feel like you probably said that in your head in overtime number 2.
Yeah, I probably
and
did.
3 overtimes later, you're still clinging to it.
Potentially. I actually thought that it was going to be one more round in this side, but they actually end up swapping here now, so it's a 2-1. As Jason said, 31 for the win.
31 is what we're looking for, baby. MIBR, single AWP on KNG. He's going to push up.
They opted for just a solo AWP this time around. Maybe preserving some money here instead.
Ooh, Fur's going to love that little gift. Oh, dear.
Oh, Junior's so ready for that.
Yeah, that's how they picked Grim off earlier, though. I mean, that's... oh, dear, the boost is...
Oh,
well,
the whiff!
no!
No!
You hate to see it. It's painful.
TRK, I mean, the fact that he was even aware of that so early on in the round, but that whiff from Sheikh Zula, that does not help at all.
And Spongy wisely got out of that corner. It was Molotov'd immediately after and Pop Flashed for a push so MIBR could clear the short waters. And here we go. All 4 final players of Triumph heading through the monster tunnel. 2 defenders here initially. Flashbang in deep just to make him nervous in case of a peek, and they're going to crouch underneath. Oh, they're crouching underneath his entire vision. This is dicey. Molotov's coming in. Oh my dear word.
Grim.
What is up with him?
Jeez, Louise, he wants more. I think he's
knows.
sniffing him out.
He knows.
Oh.
Listen, you don't mess with Taco. He's ready. Curry going to step up next. Flashbang in. Curry going to find Taco, who probably thinks his teammates have his back, but they weren't quite there yet. Junior with the op, KNG with an op, and there goes Curry in water, and the bomb's still not planted. It's going to have to be a 1 versus 2. Junior looking, seeing the tracers, looking for anyone to be peeking. Molotov's going to delay things, and look at the time. That's going to bring this down to about 8 seconds on the clock, which means Junior needs to go now as soon as the flames disappear. And the move is going to be made. Is he going to tap the bomb? And Fallen could have closed the gap, but he's calling the bluff. Flashbang into the air. Junior with the follow-up peek. He has no idea Fallen's made it.
Ooh.
And that's an escape route if I've ever seen one. And Fallen steps up closer to sandbags. Bomb directly behind him, planted for default. Fallen wants to go challenge immediately towards Monster. And Junior misses the shot.
Wow.
He's going to surely go down. Fallen had to use the pistol.
Moly.
And he's got MIBR again 1 round away. 2 more chances for MIBR to close this out.
That's such a heartbreak if you're Junior too.
Yeah.
Sure, you missed the shot, but like you're so close of getting away as well. This is a shot you don't see Junior actually miss all too often this series or this map so far. Fallen again with a nice round. I don't know how many clutches he's won
Yeah,
to keep
that's a
these
good point.
guys. I was gonna say to keep him in the game, but obviously now it's for actually map points. So
And I think if I'm Junior there, I would have really wished that Curry would have gone for the bomb just a little bit earlier. We saw Curry creeping towards the water, trying to get some space.
you
but
could tell there was miscommunication
Yeah,
because he
there
wasn't
was.
holding upper. Like
There
no one was
definitely
holding upper.
was.
Yeah.
Well, that's to be expected at this stage in the game. There's 1 more map to play after this as well, so...
Potentially 2.
potentially too, yep. Jason?
I don't like any of you.
I will say though, like when you're a underdog team like this and you kind of feel like you could have won this map, and as soon as it goes like so many overtimes, odds are next map will be very one-sided in MIBR's favor unless the mentality is there for Triumph, right? Unless you can just mentally reset. It's a very hard series or map to come back from. So we'll see. I mean, it's a very interesting series so far. It's not over yet, but it's looking like it's a 4-on-3 situation. KNG, nice shot. It's probably looking over, yeah. 4-on-1 situation. We finally have map 1 concluded here in the MIBR versus Triumph lower bracket. The winner of this best-of-3 series will obviously advance.
How many
into
did
the
Grim have
main.
at the end? 64 kills.
How much did Junior have?
49.
49. That's absolutely unreal. What a series we had. But before we talk about the post-game of that, we're going to cut to a break and we'll be back for map 2.